Truth seekers, what if I told you that some of the most famous celebrities in the world, your favorite actors, pop stars, influencers, aren't in control of their own minds? The rise to fame wasn't natural, but engineered by a hidden force using trauma-based mind control. Now, this changes everything that some of us know when it comes down to these celebrities and how it's happening. But there is indications that you will see to understand that it is happening. And we're going to go over some of that tonight, and we're going to talk about it. Then we can discover what else has been hidden from us, because it is Friday. So again, I want to welcome you here to Truth versus Authority. And once again, you could have been any other place tonight, but you chose to be right here, right now. And with that being said, I bid you good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, wherever you may be in the 24 time zones that this show airs. Let's get into exactly what I'm talking about when it gets down to these celebrities and what's happening. But first, I think we need to just step back a minute and say, okay, Roderick, what are you talking about? How do we know this? And so we'll pull up a couple of websites today that's going to show us what I call this Monarch programming. All right. So first of all, let me just say hello to a lot of you that's in the chat. So I will go in here today and say our godmother of the channel is in here tonight, and that's Diana. So y'all say hello to her. She's a moderator as well. We have OB in the house as well. Goss Clove is in the house, a moderator as well. Philly Cat moderator. Bucko been a member here for quite some time. Sammy is here with us. We have the greatness of Brindy is in the house with us tonight. We have Denisha in the house. Clark is in the house with us. And Diane and Denisha, Queen, and Body Electric Supplement is in the house. And Sean. So if I missed you, charge it to the mind, not the heart, because you didn't say hello first when we was doing it. Okay, we have Love, Art, Wellness as well. All right, so let's get down into, and I did say Denisha, right? I did say to you and all that good stuff. So, all right, so Netta's in the house as well. All right, so, and we got some happy faces and some Google faces and stuff. That's good. I like them, you know, again, to be appreciated, you know, by you people. Oh, okay, I did. So thank you. All right. So let's get into it. And tonight, y'all know it's Friday, so we're gonna be here, even though the weather has shifted it's still cold. It snowed today just for a little bit here in Dallas, and it's still cold. However, there are some people out there that listen to the show. Today I came in, there was a heater delivered by Amazon by one of the audience members. It was like, hey, get your heater, blah, blah, blah. And so it's down here right now, and it is providing some good old heat. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a little hot down there now. You know, so that be a little, you know, some hot dogs heating up down there. So anyway, put the kids to bed. Y'all know how we roll. So let's get into the conversation that we will talk about. And if you got your camera and your phones and your microphone, make sure you get it ready, get it prepared so that you can come up in here tonight. All right. Because it's Friday. You know how we roll. We want people up on stage with me talking. And if it's you, and we can you know, add to our conversation that we're having, that will be cool. And then I can bring people in and out. So if you are wanting to come up tonight, make sure you tell me, yes, I will come on screen with you tonight, Roderick. And just kind of put it in the chat so I'll know that somebody's out there is willing to join. All right, so if we're told that the celebrities rise to the top because of their talent, charisma, and hard work, and we believe that fame is earned, then these individuals, most of them are simply what we call gifted people. But I will tell you, I think some of you people who can sing, who and I've heard some singing, some of you could sing some of these people right out the park. And it's all about marketing, right? Because some of these people got some good marketing. I don't mean they're the best singers in the house. Some of you right now are sitting at home and, you know, whether you're on your patios or whatever, right? And you can sing better than some of these celebrities. So it doesn't mean that all of them are the most talented, because when we start talking about this Monarch programming, the sex slaves, I'll make sure I say that so you know why, I'm on probation, right? Yeah, from YouTube got me on probation. So that's why we do the other stuff. The other part of that is that we got to realize that this is a different ball game when it comes down to all of this. And again, sometimes is also planned too. So when we go over some of these tonight and show you some pictures of some of these, celebrities that are having these butterflies, because the butterfly, although some of them may have it on because it's cool, is the symbol of the Monarch programming. Go look it up, do your research. It's the Monarch Butterfly from the Monarch programming, which is also connected to the CIA MK Ultra. And you better believe that they make sure that they put different people in places, from politicians, celebrities, all these people, to guide and control humanity, right? Or control humans. Now, once again, nobody said they're coming up with me tonight. Look at that. Oh, okay. God's Close said, I'm with you, brother. Thank you. No one else is going to come up tonight. That's cool. Me and him will do this. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, I got y'all. Y'all good. So how do we look at this? And like I said, we'll put up a couple of, let me get my website together so I can get it up on the screen, and then we will check out a couple of those things. But while I'm doing that, let's give a shout out to the people who have blessed me for my birthday that's coming up. And y'all give Maya a shout out, as well. I did already tell you about Matt and Brandy with Golden Alchemy Meditation. Make sure we find them and support them. And then we got Heather, and I see Steve and Jamako, of course, and Selena or whatever. But that's okay. I just thank you. I thank all of you for the warm blessings for that, because it's going to be my 55th, and I want to make it special, and I want to get out there and bring you some special stuff with our Dallas group. So it's all for good reasoning and everything else. So let me get my website here, and then we're going to go to see some of this stuff that is in plain sight, right? We can assume that that's how they're rolling, pretty much. But anyway, I hope all of y'all have been having a good week already. If you haven't, kind of share some stories. And again, this is Friday. If you are new with this Friday, you know how we roll. Friday, it can go a lot of different areas and stuff. So I'll take you into tonight. She said, I might if the internet behaves. Okay, so I would, but I'm at work. If I had $1 for every time I've heard that, Shantae, is it Shantae? We wouldn't be asking for contribution. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. But anyway, thank you. With all what's going on out here today, these government jobs and stuff are just disappearing. Keep the job, okay? No problem. I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you taking time to watch it. But make sure y'all do. All right, so I have a website over here. Let me put it up on screen so that we can get right into our conversations. And let's go. Share screen, window. All right, here we go. So when we look at this, the butterfly tattoos, but when you start seeing some of these people that are celebrities, this is not a fashion statement that they're doing this, not in most cases. All right. Well, that's a good fashion statement. I'm sorry. I hope y'all got them kids to bed, right? And anyway, let me keep going. But anyway, that the butterflies is a symbol of the Monarch programming, right? And when you think about all of this, and you start seeing some of these, so start looking for it so that you'll know what I'm talking about when it comes down to it. So let me get it with it for a minute. But if I told you that many of these celebrities are actually program assets, right? They're a victim of psychological conditioning program, which is that Monarch mind control. And it's a direct offshoot of MK Ultra, like I said. Now, if the symbolism of the Monarch Butterfly wasn't just anesthetic, but it's hidden code revealing their enslavement. So they do that. Why are you showing naked bodies? No, I'm not. That's a swimsuit. That is a swimsuit. Now, that swimsuit looks just like if it was lingerie and you walk in the room, then she hides her body. But a swimsuit, they'll do that. So anyway, I'm talking about butterflies. All right, I'll give give Rashad a shout out for the super sticker right there. There you go. You keep the lights on over here at least 2 more hours with that $10. Thank you. All right, our lights will stay on to y'all thank him tonight so that we can go a couple of hours longer. Electricity bill, part of it. All right, so anyway, here's what I'm talking about though. This tattoo, the butterfly, and look it up. You can go back and search for all of this stuff, but the butterfly, the monarch butterfly, is that reason. Now, Diana says, my cousin, I have a cousin that started singing and Beyonce took her under the wing. Then all of a sudden, she quit singing and got out of the business. My girlfriend never understood why. Well, we need to get her on here, right? Clark in Canadian says that he will say something about celebrity mind control. All right, well, you know, I'm gonna bring you up in a little bit, Clark. So you've been up here before, so yeah, we'll bring you up. That'll be cool, and we can do that. So, what is monarch mind control? So let me kind of throw that out there so you'll know where we're going with this. Again, it's a continuation of the MK Ultra. If you have not heard about MK Ultra, it's the CIA. It's about what about men with butterflies that have a mark? You know what? We talking about we talking about sexualism, and oftentimes I'm sure this says there's 64 of them, Monica. We're gonna flip through these pages together, all of us, because we're in it with you, and we find, you know what? No, I got a guy for you. I got a guy. Yeah, there are men with the butterflies. Let me put it up. I knew you were gonna ask that question. Why? Because I know you. So here we go. Boom. There's your guy. There's your guy. He's butterfly back. And that's a guy, right? That's a man, right? So they're your butterfly guy right there. And there you go. I got you right there. All right. So there you go. I got you. Yeah. All cool. That's how I roll. I got you. Took care of you right there. All right. So let me, even though I was going to talk about this gentleman later on in the conversation, so we just want her to know that we have. Also, they use to create what they call alter personalities that can be controlled by the handlers. If you watch some of the future shows, we talked about mind control and people having alters, which meaning there are different personalities that are pre-programmed or programmed into an individual, and just visualize the author in the back and their normal personality up front, and whether there's keywords, whether there's triggers of something on TV, television, or whether it's words or something, then the alter programming comes up front, and now this new personality shift. Now, they're really clever with this because oftentimes they give the alter a backstory, they give the alter history, they program everything in there. So when this alter takes over, then it is truly operating as the main function of the mind. And this happens, like I say, all the time. Now, you might have seen or heard the stories about a Manchurian candidate or whatever they called it. Okay, that was a pre-indication of that. Go back to Mel Gibson's movie with him and Julia Roberts, where he was always programmed every time he saw the book Catcher in the Rye. So that was a mind control programming as well. And again, just about all of us, okay, who have watched some of these Disney films, have been programmed from The Lion King all the way down to what's the one that they bring out every 5 years on purpose? Fantasia. That one is, and we're going to talk about that show. I actually have a Disney script where they have the different sections listed to what programming they're doing. So we will go over that. I was going to do that tonight, but then I wasn't ready for it. I needed to do some more, digging and stuff, but it's there. I have that information, so that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, so I wonder if there's an alternative mark. Well, there are others. So the other marks of the mind control is not just, it's going to be the butterfly, the monarch butterfly, but y'all see it. So when you start seeing these celebrities that are under this control, you're going to see checkerboards, okay? They're going to do a lot of checkerboards and look for the black mirrors, okay? Because that's that alter personality. And again, this is not just for, you're not supposed to know what it is, but other people to know that these people are programmed because they're displaying these things. And when it happened, and one in particular who I thought was really good in the conversation that we'll get into is Megan Fox. Megan Fox, when she first came out, or I think the first time I seen her was in the movie was it Transformers, right? And of course, she was, like a sex symbol in the movie, right? And every bit of. And then they did more, just really put her out there right after this movie and everything. But she started complaining and started talking about, the Monarch or the programming and how Hollywood and all of this stuff. And then I think she started giving messages out there to people. She did start putting butterflies all over her body. Why would you do that, right? And you know that your body is what was drawing these people, or at least she was told or programmed for that, or sexism, or whatever you want to call it. But they did that. So let me kind of show you. Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, all of them got butterflies on them from this programming. And I know it's hard for some of us to fathom, but look at, okay, so there was a message. Let me see if I got it right here. No, that's not the one. Oh, here we go. So check and look at this. She started fighting back. That's why she got out of Hollywood. You don't see her in a lot of movies no more. Then she put on her body, which this is what the symbolism of her body, well, she put it right there. Look, it's on her back. We will laugh at the gilded butterflies, right? She's saying in that is that we're going to laugh at the people who think the beauty of Hollywood is what it is when there's something under it. There's something different. And she put the message right out there. Although she got all these butterflies, or started, remember I tell you, when they get about 30 years old, they start to, the programming begins to, the mind can fight back. In some of those cases of the slaves, they off the freedom train. And all of you who've been in the uncensored area know what I'm talking about when we're talking about that as well. Denisha said, yes, Diana is definitely, oh, y'all talking to each other. Of course, I'll skip that one. I love Fantasia, used to dream about it. Then there you go. There's a lot of stuff programming, and every 5 years, Disney deliberately brought Fantasia out because they wanted to catch every generation, because you got to think about this programming is happening. They got a long-term plan. It is not something they're just trying to do. They've been doing it since we were children. And you go back to ask yourself, why would they do that? When you got 5 billion people, billions of people on the planet, and you need them to use your products, you need them to have anxiety. A friend of mine and I was talking about anxiety today, and you need them to use your medication and all these things. You can program people to malfunction so that they use all these products, or they see these things. They need these pills, the pharmaceutical companies. You have the list just go on and on. And so therefore you create the economy that you have been trying to put forward by programming. And because there's more people this way than that way, you need control. You got to have this control. And so this is what happens. Now, what I think most of us get triggered, not triggered, but fail to realize that it doesn't happen to all of us. It doesn't happen to all of us. And I give you the most simple example. It's not one of you in here that are parents. If you are parents, or had parents, I would assume that's how you got here, then you've all programmed your children to believe at some point, because I know I did, that not that I was going to spank them, not that I was going to be the disciplinary, which, I'm King Kong at the time, so they just knew it. But the point was, if you're naughty and not nice, there's this guy with a beard that doesn't look like Roderick, though. He's jolly. Well, okay, I'm fluffy. It's cool. But he's dressed in red. Well, I got a red hat. Okay, that's cool. He's a Santa Claus, okay? And if the Santa Claus dude, if you tell him you've been naughty tonight, he's watching you. You told your kids. He's watching you to be naughty or nice. And if you're not going to get something for Christmas. That's programming. That's programming to keep them in check while they're at school, while they're outside, while they're in the house, because they feel that this thing or whoever is watching them. And if they're bad, he's not going to give them something for Christmas. So that programming control is there. Now, I know some of you are going to say, I ain't tell my kids that. Usually, we don't tell kids that Santa Claus don't exist until we are broke and can't buy the gifts, because they do kind of figure out where it's coming from. So you like the town to be honest now and say, Mom and Dad ain't got it this year. we really are your Santa Claus, or when you want props, you want the appreciation because you don't feel, they're running around with stockings and putting candy for Santa Claus for the chimney, and you ain't got nothing. You didn't get a Christmas card. You want to break it up and say, all right, yeah, no, Santa don't exist. Now you deprogramming them. And now we got to send them something else. We got to say religion. We got to now say, now there's a God up here that's watching everything you do. And therefore, you get where I'm going with this. So the programming is not, it's instilled in us and then we pass it on and all of those things. And so I'm just telling y'all, I'm just shooting it out there, right? I know I may get some people to jump off and say, Roderick, you're nuts. That's all right. But if you with me and you get where I'm going with it just a little bit, and these hot dogs, this heater is really working down here. So I think I'm gonna shut it off in just a minute. So yeah, it's warm now. So, but if you with me, let me put Brindy says, laugh like I used to be terrified come Christmas time, worried about lumps of coals instead of gifts is crazy. I'm telling you that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Richard. Richard said I'm with you with Factor Polo says so much that we lied to. That's right. The art. Yeah. And I'm just saying it's one of those things. All right, Clark, I'm gonna bring y'all up in a little bit. So hang around. We'll have stuff to say about religion too. Cool. All right. So in the second half here, or in about 30 minutes when I finish my outline here, I'll start bringing y'all up on stage. Okay. And then we can all have more of a group conversation, and hopefully we can remain in our circle of talking about these celebrities. All right, so I'm gonna bring up some more on this website, and then we can kind of see. And I'm sorry that some of them look tempting to some. All right, so I'm not sorry. I mean, I'm sure they're not. But anyway, this is another part right there on the bottom foot to the left. Well, there you go. So she has a butterfly on her foot. And now you got to remember that the butterfly programming is going to push out sexism or illism or whatever. That's what it's pushing out, because that's where it begun, right? This is the programming, why they want to create these celebrities to guide people into this mindset of stuff. And so you can kind of keep going there. All right, so she got the butterfly. Look at that, right up above the wolf. That there you go, right there. That symbolism is all the wolf is sleeping. But yet the butterfly is up above the wolf. So that's how they see it. They know these people are wolves out there. A lot of times they're going to show, well, is that Mariah Carey? Ooh, okay, well, that's cool. That's Mariah Carey. So anyway, the woman has earned the right to wear that. So, all right. So you get where I'm going, right? And pretty much now this is Natalie Paris. She has her butterfly, and we got Kimbella, she's got her butterflies, bunch of butterflies. And again, I know some of you say, well, Roderick, these are just people got tattoos. Some of these celebrities are part of this. And when they get them together and they put them out there, they begin to push this on them. And that's what they're doing. And if you don't think, just kind of look at it. So the butterfly, what it means, Richard, is, I'm glad you asked. And the butterfly is basically the Monarch programming. Okay, so Monarch, if you heard of them, is an extension, or the MK Ultra is an extension of Monarch. Monarch programming, mind control, and how it was developed is that somehow the scientists at one point found that the Monarch butterfly, when they was searching or researching animals, they found out that the Monarch butterfly was the first creature that they discovered. Then they realized we can do it. That memory, not traits. Y'all listen to me closely. Memory is passed down via DNA. Now, if you want to go to the symbolism of this, you can go all the way back to the reptilians, and then you go to vampires, okay? And all your vampire movies, and especially in my favorite one, which was Underworld, okay? That I'm an Underworld fan, right? So how did the elders, when the ones were slumbering, and then when they woke the other elders, they gave them the blood of the other ones that was going on so that they can continue knowing what has happened over those 1,000 years. And so they will drink the blood of the ones. So when they figured out that memory was passed down, and of course DNA is in blood, okay? And so when they figured that out, they said, wait a minute, not only we can program people, we can also find a parent who's been programmed that's accessible to this, and that the gene is passed down to do this. Now, it goes back, and as I take a detour here for a second for you, and I'm glad you asked the question, it also goes back to the Illuminati when they started doing all of their rituals, the Illuminati, the Reptilian, well, let me just picture this triangle. We have the mind control with civilizations. We have all the elites, banking, and, you have all of that. Then you got the Illuminati, and then you have the archons, which will be entities or those reptilians that's at the top. And then, of course, there's some group of people we have no clue about that really pulling the strings for everybody, right? But when you go back into this systematic approach, then it was all about DNA and programming. And and you go look this up, this is where you find the Illuminati started taking and pillaging the women from the Indian reservations, all of that, or Indian descendants, because the Indian descendants, and if any of you are Indian, you'll know I'm talking about, had a highly connection to the spirit world. And not the ones that became farmers, but the ones who can meditate or sit out there hunting and sit still for 12 hours, don't move, because that's what they call being dissociative, or, and so they start breeding to get that gene to then be able to pass down, intermixing with their bloodline or family tree, so they can pass down things in the DNA. So imagine how you could be remembered forever by going through these type rituals and all of this stuff. So it's kind of cool there. All right, so let me turn this off. There we go. Woo! That's right. I'm hot, baby. All right now. All right, so you know what? Nothing but what a good heater would do for us all. Now it's cold. Shit, soon as I turn it off, my knees are freezing. Oh my G. Maybe I just need to do the temperature of that thing. That's cool. We'll get back to it. All right, so back now to where we are. That's where the Monarch programming, and it's the Monarch Butterfly is why you see the symbolism of the butterfly on all of these bodies in the programming, and they do this. So they think that they're a butterfly, or they will be a S kitten, or they're going to see the white rabbit. There's another one. And you saw that symbolism in the Matrix when they knocked on Neo's door and he saw, and it says, follow the white rabbit, right? So the symbolism has always been out there in everything else. Get a blanket. No, well, yeah. I mean, you know what? I could pull my. So the other day, y'all didn't know, I had a shirt, a jacket, another shirt, and then the jacket, and then my coat the other day. That I had 5 pieces of stuff on the other night. I'm pretty cool today. It's all right. It's, we're doing a lot better tonight. All right. So, and plus, y'all think Rashad, he gave a contribution early, and that keeps the lights and heat on and all that kind of stuff. All right, let me continue. That's my humor, folks. So don't y'all think we're just that hold out here that we pay our electric bill about an hour here. But if it's true to what some of the things that we're talking about, the entertainment industry is a tool for mass manipulation. How many of you agree with that? How many of you agree right now that the entertainment industry is a tool for mass manipulation? And also, what type of manipulation are they doing? Kind of let me know what you're talking about. And everything. And like I said, we got an interactive conversation. Take the jacket off and move it behind or in front of. What the heck? Take it off? No, I'm not doing that one. I'm gonna quit talking about it so y'all have to focus that I'm freezing. But when you start seeing that smoke coming out of my mouth, I'm not smoking a e-cig or nothing. I don't even smoke, right? You know that the temperature has dropped even immensely here. All right, so Yep, commercial music is a sham. All right, that's cool. Sammy, agree. Thank you for your participation. Sagittarius says the cartoons. Yeah, the cartoons for sure. Move the heater. Yeah, I can move it back some. I would do that. I guess I could do that. I'll do that in a minute. I'll put some up and then I'll get down here and get it. And we'll do that. That's fine. All right. So what else y'all think? There's a TV show that talked about the butterfly. The show is called Under the Dome. And I'm telling you, as you get more educated with this, once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. Okay. I'm sorry to tell you that you can't see it. Brandy said, I know firsthand, agreed, sexual manipulation. There you go. She know firsthand. And maybe one day she may come on up and share her story. It's pretty much. So you have to understand that it's real time. Now, let's just say if this is true, then our idols are not what they appear to be. And that's exactly, let me put this one back up, that I think the message that Megan Fox was delivering. Now, while I'm here, I know we got some researchers, so take your AI or do whatever, put Monarch Butterfly and then put, what was Megan Fox probably talking about when she put, we will laugh at the gilded butterflies. And somebody tell me what you come up with and see what you're being told when it comes down to there. And so that is something that we will look like. Now, again, if all of this true, then a question for all of us, who is really in control? I think that's where we get to a point where the most interesting part of this, because I personally think that we're now in a time in our society that we need to start looking at the greatest thing that they're after right now. It's not your money. It's not your health, because it's all triggered. They're after our minds. They know if they can control how you feel, how you think, and what you think about most, they can control anything out of that trauma and get you to do trauma. And we've talked about it. We've heard people that have been kidnapped and fallen in love with the abductee, right? Abductor or whatever. And it's like, how did that happen? He kidnapped you. But now after 5 years, you wouldn't even walk away. You get what I'm saying? So we know that happens. And some people are in kidnap relationships in real time. There's no strings in this thing. It's mental strings, right? So those are things that we have to think about. All right, yeah, Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, all of it. And this is real stuff. This is real stuff. You, Richard, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And so we have to look at that. But once again, or why does this matter, I would say, as we get to this point, is if this is all true, then we know movies that we watch, songs that we listen to, the influences that we follow are entertainers in some cases. The messages are much darker agenda. You remember how they used to talk about play the record backwards and you hear some crazy stuff. And those who try to break free, well, sometimes that don't last a long time, when it happens, because they that program is so deep, they reel you back in. Khalil says, if I pronounced that right, Khalil, right? And she said, yes, entertainment is absolute manipulation and full of hidden messages in plain sight. But yet we watch them. Right? We sit there and we know, and now that's the most simplest. I think everybody try to use. They want to be in the Illuminati. A lot of these fools are minions to the Illuminati. They're not in the Illuminati. And now there's some that are in the Illuminati, but all these ones that's walking around that, they just want to be, but yet they're mind controlled to think that they are and don't even know there's a different process that you have to do to be part of the bloodline pack. Okay, that's different versus the outer tentacles that they have when it comes down to this. And so that is something that I think that we can definitely listen to when it comes down to that. Now, what type of celebrities? We threw a lot of them out there. Britney Spears. We've seen her public breakdown, the head shaving, the glitches is what we want to call it. Cassie, the same thing, the head shaving, the glitches when it come out, and the list can go on. Kanye West, when he had his sudden behavior changes, the hospitalization. And of course, he makes sure his gal head stay shaved, right? Lady Gaga, Beyonce, all of these people use butterflies in their imagery. And this is just not because it's a hip symbol. It is part of the programming and everything else. And so it's something like that. Richard says, been so hard to break free from the brainwashing. It is difficult, but we can, especially once you understand what is happening and you begin the battlefront. And I think this is where, you know, you hear people say that we need to do a lot of meditation or find peace and tranquility and everything else. Now, me personally, now that, okay, so 4 years ago when I started this UFO stuff, and of course, you know, after that, then I was on Clubhouse. If anybody heard me there, and that's how I began and got noticed for TV. And then, of course, it went from there and being into 11 different TV shows and featured on Ancient Aliens some months back. And, you know, I've been on the Discovery Channel, Fox 2B. I'm on HBO right now. Yeah, I'm on HBO Max. You know, so there's different shows out there. But where I'm going with this is it took me from the alien stuff that evolved into the not just consciousness, but understanding that there's a higher force in things at work that's after the illusion. And that's why y'all hear me say your eyes are useless. And I'll say it again. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. There ain't nothing you can say to anyone or to me. I know for a fact, if your mind is blind, I don't care what you say you saw, because at this point I do care. Okay, I do. But I'm saying to you, this is where the hack job is being done. Now, they don't have to do the programming. They can do AI. I listen to AI and I'm working, and that thing can tell me some stuff that I think just because it's smart, it's right. They're programming us through that. They got technology doing everything now. It's moving to a whole different world when it comes down to that. But there's a lot of stakes at risk that we have to recognize and we have to do. And pretty much, and we will go there. But yeah, like Body Electric said, you got to know the game. If you know the game and you begin to see this stuff on TV, and I'm still looking up this stuff about Easter eggs. So if anybody heard about that, you know, and you want to come on screen tonight, let's go with that. But the other part of this, once you realize, like I said, once you see the game, you see it, you can't unsee it. You just won't be able to unsee it. Let me put back up some more slides of, you know, some of these people. Yeah, okay. So we seen that was butterflies. Now that's a butterfly. Alexa Sky got a butterfly. You know, I mean, okay. You can honestly say it's all over her ass, right? And I, you know, well, you can say that about this guy right here too. So let me make sure I bring some contrast. It's all over his ass too. All right. So y'all know what I'm talking about in general, and not, you know, whatever. So the butterflies are everywhere. But okay, I have no comments on this at all. Lost my whole outline right there. All right. So here's another butterfly, you know, from Jessica Malby. Brew Dry. We know she was in entertainment since she was a kid. So you have to know her programming started early. Barrymore did, you know, from all the movies and things that she was in. You get what I'm saying? You have to know this when it comes down to that. So there we go. Head shaving, butterfly. Okay, that's a style. That's cool. It's not a breakdown to some of them. Janelle. All right, let's keep going because we got, you know, a bunch of more pages of here. Of celebrities that, once again, now, if you don't think she been subject to some of this stuff, and now she's changing her tune, you can kind of see a few things. She was ordained in some of these movies to be this success. So there you go. It comes right out in it as we continue to go down this thing. Little Debbie. 100, and now her butterfly. Look at her butterfly real close. I wish I can zoom in on the picture, but right there, if you see my mouse, there's an expression of face in this thing. And if she's going to take the time to put something like that within it, then you know there's a message to be told. There's just something from there. And again, We can take it all the way back to the monarch control. We can take it all the way back to all these different areas, y'all. You could take it to all of these different areas when it come down. But again, the programming happened when we was kids, right? That's plain and simple. It happened when we're kids, and that's what it. All right. So in about 20 minutes, if some of you want to come up, I'm gonna put a link in the description. You click it. Make sure your camera is on because we want to see your face. No anonymity. Otherwise I can sit here and talk to y'all like this. You know what I'm saying, and change my voice. To something a little deeper and be like, yeah. It's yeah. You don't know who I am, but I'm Secret Squirrel, baby. So we don't do that because truth needs to be seen. At some point, I think I would say that. All right, so let's go deeper though, because I think that what we need to experience is even in our personal life when we're dealing with trauma-based programming. And whether it's what I would call it, verbal abuse, I love you, but what kind of trauma does that cause? Now we can go with the old schoolhouse rock, conjunction, junction. What's your function? Yeah, I was trained on that song. Yeah, a bill is just a bill on Capitol to here. Yeah, the knowledge came. Okay. But what I'm saying is, think about the programming and what happens to a person hearing a but. Yeah, you did good today at work, but if you don't, I'm gonna fire your ass. The trauma behind the programming of some of these things, and it is verbal abuse too. I'm gonna skate out of that because that's a lot of trauma. We'll get back to that another time. All right, so let's go into another part of this, because if it gets deeper, because the same system is tied to Hollywood that we're talking about, intelligence agencies. And it's also tied to elite bloodlines. And then those elite bloodlines tie all the way back to the reptilian agenda. I don't know why people, I'm not saying y'all do, but the reptilian agenda, manipulation, religion, in fact, all of this stuff is put together to control people. And you have to when you have 5 billion people. And it makes sense to why we have the UFO stuff and the alien stuff. They can't really. Now, I know what I'm about to say may shock a few people. I do understand in some areas why the big secret keepers keep secrets, because not everybody can handle what goes on out here. Not everybody can handle the truth. So when you think about an alien or whatever gives away free energy, the mass hysteria comes back, the global shutdown, 747s that run off fuel that's worth billions of dollars now, not worth the paperweight. You have lawlessness that'll hit because people now are not fearing God anymore, because now it's a whole different perspective. All of these things. I get that there is a societal issue here with the disclosure and truth. So you still need to manipulate the masses, and to keep people, at rest. But the problem with this, they go too far with that, right? They go into, again, creating all these anxiety issues and all of these things. And it's just a trip. Okay, I'm turning the heat back on because I'm going to move it back like Philly Cat said. Because it done got cold down there. Cold in here. So let's get more back to what I'm saying here. And we can kind of to do what I'm talking about here. All right, so if you thought some of the stuff we were talking about is a little shocking, well, it gets even crazier, because the same forces behind mind control also dictate what we see and what we believe on a massive scale. And this is bigger, man. It's bigger than most people think. And of course, a lot of us go, but the question is, how have they been getting away with this? And let me just put it to you like this. People, it's not just entertainment. We're talking media. We're talking colors at night that they flash before we sleep. You're talking about these, the people that, whatever they call them, or, I don't know, Tucker Carlson type people. What do they call these? Whatever. So they're not the celebrities, but I don't even. My mind just froze now. Just whatever. But anyway, there are people in place, not just him, but I'm saying they have these people in places that dictate everything we see from those things. And it will be exactly what I'm talking about, right? And those are the things that you see. Oh, Misty says, if you tell the truth from the beginning, all the lies and control and manipulation isn't needed, yet here we are. Well, I influencers, yeah. I think that the truth, what is that, right? And my belief is the truth is something that already happened. If it happened, it's the truth. Now, how it was told after that is something else, because that's all we can base the truth on is something that already happened, or is what it is. It hadn't happened yet. It's not the truth, right? So I think that, we look at certain lies and things, and some truth is embedded in these things. Manipulation comes a long way. It really has over time when it gets to this. But Hollywood stars, these icons, these you got George Lucas, all of these filmmakers, when they're doing these things, and there's a few that send messages to us so that we can get it. And my contention of this is saying that they let them get away with it because they're making money off of them, and they know most everybody's not going to believe it, right? That is just pure simple. Okay, everybody's not going to believe that what is happening, but there's a lot of movies out there that are programming us, and then there's a lot of movies out there that do it. We might, have a feel-good story that was written in the movie, but it makes us feel a certain way, right? And then, how many times, I'm not a club person, but I'm sure some of y'all been in a club and y'all been sitting there and people just dancing to the music. You dancing to the music, they dancing to the music, and them fuckers put on a song that's, Kill Bill, and everybody hands is up and the guns is up, What is that? Right? What set that off like that? Now the whole place is rowdy. You can't push nobody. You better not touch nobody. Everybody hands is up with the guns, finger guns. They'll shoot you with, invisible bullets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy, but it happens. And everything else. And so, yeah, news analysts, yeah, and casters and all of those people too. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about when we look at those things. So there's an overwhelming evidence that major studios, record labels, we already know, intelligence agency, has all worked together to manipulate culture. Operation Mockingbird, if you'd ever heard of that, is tied to Hollywood with the CIA, the entertainment we consume. Go back to the Stargate, the Air Force is behind that. They cameoed in a lot of the episodes, but yet they want to tell us the stories that they want us to know. Country Boy said, yeah, they live prime example. And the legend Roddy Piper said that the movie was a documentary. Yeah. And so again, they disguise this stuff. Reminds me of the new Captain America movie out, Mind Control and Program. All right. So y'all, we get it. We all are getting it. And that's where the change is going to happen. That's where if we do more shows like this and then start putting real life examples to it, then we can now, get a better view of that. All right. So here we go. This is Cheryl Cole, Queen Latifah. She got her butterfly. They're not, again, we have these people. There's another one on her, right? She got a couple of these things. And, this, and if you just don't think it's happening, you got to go back and look. They're not just saying I'm waking up tomorrow and I'm putting this butterfly on for fashion statements. Not in most cases. Sometimes again, it's the signal. There's Don Richard. She's all butterfly and sex symbol, right? All of this stuff. And so, ain't nothing bad on, I'm not saying bad. Here's Black China. Her butterflies are sitting weird right there in the bottom. Right there, and y'all already know some of these people. There's another butterfly there, and you kind of see the faces within the flowers, the hidden stuff. And there we go again on the feet. These people ain't just painting Keisha Cole. They're not just painting these stuff on here because, oh, it's cute. Well, it is cute in some cases, but very cute in some cases, but y'all get what I'm saying. Rod, change into. So we learned this from nothing. I'm curious. We learned this from nothing. I'm curious what the end result is. What's after the butterfly? There need to be nothing after the butterfly. You get what I'm saying? The butterfly is their code so that others within the hierarchy knows that this person is one of their mind control things. We can't go metaphorically, caterpillar to butterfly, and now you this. Butterfly after the butterfly is whatever intended actions that different things. Now, the butterfly is in more of a Hollywood stuff, right? Is in more sexualism, all of this kind of stuff. This is used in those areas. And other for slaves and all that, you have the I think it's like the white kitten, and then it's the rabbit. There's other symbolisms that is used there, so they can identify who is where and what. And this is how it's done when they're doing it. So what's next is whatever they want them to do, because it ain't stopping. It's not like this was a plan that's going to change tomorrow and they're doing this. So as you can see again, and when you see this, you just got to know it's happening, and it's not just because people are waking up. If that's the case, everybody out here have butterflies and just say, okay, we want to do that. And I think somebody made a song about butterflies, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's get these likes up. Yeah, if y'all like it, hit the like button and whatever. And yeah, just like Goss Clove said, if you find in value in tonight's show, hit the like button. I think my Cash App is broken. It had been used. So if anybody want to see if it works, and we just want to do a test, what I'm saying? Let me put it up on the screen. You can do a test. Just, you test it just to see if it works. I'm just trying to make sure it works. I mean, it's nothing wrong with, there you go, right over on the top to make sure it works. We got a rabbit. Yeah. We are a community funded show. So there we go. All right. So it's getting ready to get good too. So before I go to the next stage here, anybody want to come up and give your perspective on what we're talking about tonight? I'll put an invite link. Make sure that you, let me hide this. So I'm going to put an invite link. So you come up, and then we will go with this right here. Boom. All right. All right. So there's an invite link. If you got your camera and microphone, or we can hear you good is the point. And if you got your bonnet on tonight, that's cool too. And, we had rules about bonnet for a while, but we're a little less, challenging on bonnets now, and all that. So I'll see you in the studio, but make sure again that we're talking about, I would love to keep it on where we are or relatable to what we're talking about. If you can add to that as well. Miss Kitty said, I don't know bonnets. Well, you know what? We was going to have our own bonnet and start selling them, man, because, man, for a while, everybody who came up with was bonnets, boy. We could have had some bonnet sales and all that stuff. All right, so the link is there. If you're going to hop up, then y'all hop on in, and then I can bring you in and out based on the conversation that we're doing. We can do that. Yeah, I know, right? We had a whole lot of bonnets, man. Yeah, come on with the bonnets on for you ladies. And if you ain't wearing one, I just put the bonnet on for y'all. If that's what you want to say, that's cool too. All right, so I'll continue to talk unless I see someone in the studio, and don't be shy, but it's fine. I'm able to hold my own, if you don't want to come up here. But anyway, we talk about the Hollywood connection. Operation Mockingbird role in shaping narratives was always there. And then we had the music industry that we talked about linked to occult practices. And so there was a lot of stuff that was going on from that standpoint. All right. Thank you. Y'all give Chandra and for Happy Friday. And I love the number that you put there. And so it is working. The Cash App does work. So, and let me give her a reply and tell All right. Much love to you. Thank you. Just because it's Friday. Well, that's cool. That works for me and it works for you. I appreciate it. So we will go there. All right. So as we continue to go down where we are, all right. So let me see. Let's put this man right here. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, he got the what? Come on, show the shirt. He got the awake with he got the protection on, the eye, the hat.
It works, people. I'd get it if I was you. I noticed a lot of differences.
Well, you know what? Go ahead and share that, because that those symbols and magic, the sigils has been activated for our protection and all that stuff. Share your story. Go ahead.
He kind of briefly went into it before talking about me, like just out and about, or like say you in my example is like an AT&T store and you're talking to the brother and you just you treat him like a brother, talk to him, this and that. And they kind of sideways with you, and then they look up at the hat, and then you see them, all of a sudden just conducting themselves with a little more respect and just treating you the way they should.
I'm gonna pause you right there. The word that you said is treating you a little more respect. That triangle pointing down is not only a feminine sign, but it's the water sign. But it evokes a lower, because if it was pointing up, it'll be more aggressive on purpose, because we're truth seekers. That's why it's there, to get people to calm the F down. You get what I'm saying? I didn't tell him to say that. He recognized that. Y'all get what I'm saying? But look up your symbolism. The triangle course is, we all have, both sides when it comes down to feminine and masculine energy. But what I'm saying is and there's also water. That's why it's blue. That truth seekers, water is where the secrets and sacred information is hidden from humans. So it's there. And so again, continue real quick, and I'll get Clark up here with us next.
Yeah, just like, I was conducting myself with respect and just, treating them like any brother or sister we would, you know what I'm saying? Just showing them some respect. But then it was not until they looked up and seen the symbol that they started showing me that same type of courtesy or politeness. Just, being a decent human being is all it really is,
Yeah, it's there.
And people to be good people.
Well, I mean, it's there. And, so it's one of those things that we have to do. Clark, what's going on with you? We'll get Gossclove to go into his story, and then we'll come to you. But first of all, how you doing over there in Canada? I know it's cold over there, right?
Well, it's warmed up a little bit past couple of days.
What is warm to y'all?
Warm for me is maybe 15, 20 degrees. That's warm enough for me.
Let me tell y'all something. I started searching for property in Hawaii today. I'm not lying. And I found a property that, a year and a half, I'm going regardless. I'm going. So my bags are packed. My ass is already gone. I hadn't just caught up with it yet. You know what I'm saying? I saw a property in Hawaii that the bathtub was outside. Now, that means if you're taking a bath year round, it got to be some fucking good weather. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to Hawaii.
No, this is not a hot tub. This is like a
this
a
is the actual
bathroom.
The actual bath. Yeah, the actual bathtub is outside. I got a picture of it, man. It really is. It's outside. So that's the place you need to be. You know what I'm saying? If you're outside. And if you're in a relationship, that is just a beautiful thing. I'm finna go take a bath, dear, and out the trees. And now if you got some gorillas and monkeys running around out there, you got to go out there and be protection mode. Like, baby, we just can't hang it. But anyway, go ahead. You first, my brother up there.
I didn't have a whole lot to say. I was just going to speak on some of the stuff we had and try and get some more people to come in here.
Well, go ahead. Whatever. What's your opinion on all of this? You're a future podcaster anyway, so let's go with it. Yeah.
The control. To me, I feel like most of it is monetary, but at the end of the day, the more control you can get, obviously that's the better for whatever agenda may be at play. But, it'll all kind of root back down to, we're all going to go with economics because that's what the liquidity.
You look damn good in that shit. I'm just letting you know. I'm so proud to see you representing, and what's so bad about it, I took all of that down.
Oh.
I took it down. I said they don't want the power of that. I took it down, and then of course I put our luminous up and all that. But go ahead, and then we'll get down to Clark here.
If they start paying attention, just Just
It'll be good.
take my word for it, but you know what I'm saying? Just try it out. And if you notice the differences, you do. And you know, maybe you would another time. Maybe
they'll figure it. It's gonna come. But I'll put it back up as we get more educational about it. So real quickly, Clark, what's going on with you, brother? You had a couple of things you said you want to share with us tonight. So
yeah, the first thing is about the celebrity mind control. I definitely feel that a lot of them are sold their soul to the devil, basically, for the fame, the money, whatever, But what scares me more is all these people who are just obsessed with the celebrities, They seem to like, oh my God, it's so-and-so, I don't know if you ever saw the movie.
Clark, let me hold on for a minute. I damn wish that somebody said, oh my God, Roderick is on live tonight. Share the video. Roderick is on tonight. So y'all oh my God, my ass, please. I know I'm not a celebrity, but go ahead, Clark. I do want a little bit of that shit. Just a little, Oh, when I come home, like my dog, oh my God, my ass, every time I come here and I can leave out and come back, that dog love, oh my God, is the shit. Okay. Oh my God, he's back. Oh my God, Roderick, you're back. So you want some dog love. So
yes, anyway, it's like that. Ahead. No, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Elf there, where the black guy in the store announces and Santa's coming out, Santa! I love it! It's like that. I see these people going to celebrities and I'm like, oh my God, they're just people. To me, they're just people. They're not gods. I already believe in a God, not these people,
Okay, Bucko, we'll get with you in a minute. Tell us about that in just a few minutes. And what's up, man, Toy? You doing all right?
Hey, doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Go ahead, finish, Clark. Tell us a little more.
Yeah, like religion, as kids, like my mother is very religious. If you looked up religious in the dictionary, you'd see her picture next to the word.
Okay.
I know as kids, she dragged us to church every Sunday there, so that was my childhood. Even as an adult, I still went to church, not every Sunday, but often enough. Past few years, though, not as much. In fact, matter of fact, last time I went to church was just before Christmas, but that was mostly to please my mother, But ever since I've followed you, Rod, I've been learning stuff about, the Catholic Church because, my family's Catholic.
Okay.
And, you've been telling stuff about what it's really like and all that. So it's made me seriously think, was I praying to the right deity for all through my childhood, all through these years? Or was I, like Jordan Maxwell says, was I praying to a false God? That's something that
is very powerful. I was just having a conversation with a friend today about that. I said, I was like, hey, don't get alarmed about what I'm about to say. But the further I start digging, it is starting to be really, really mind-boggling that we are praying. We could possibly be praying to the wrong thing. Now, I mentioned it in the private room yesterday in our uncensored area about the serpent and all of these things, but not so much to, we're going to be over here satanic worshiping. I'm not saying that, but just knowing that if they're purposely making sure that we don't gain access to the knowledge, the power, to whatever it is to ascend, why wouldn't they deliberately have us praying in the wrong direction? It makes sense. They're doing it all kinds of ways because the power is us not to know. And not to gain, not to, when I do my affirmation, I want to, understand, I want to control, I want to experience, to know in these energy systems, right? And so it is true that there is some deception going on. And it's worth people to look into it. Bucko, what's going on with you, brother? I see you got the setup. You got a podcast or what's going on? Your mic is muted out, so. You got to unmute your mic.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. There you go.
No,
all right.
Go hobby. It's a hobby.
Well, shit, a hobby. That's how I start, though. We got to talk.
I enjoy listening to you, and I think I learned something once you see those symbols, you just can't unsee them.
Yeah, once you see them, yeah, I hear you. Once you see them, you can't unsee it. I think that's something that's the challenge that all of us fellas up here with no women up here, you know what I'm saying? They just leaving us hanging tonight, but that's cool. Not hanging, but hanging in tense of symbolism that we up here by ourselves, people. So put the kids to bed and all that kind of shit. All right. So Mantoid, what's going on with you?
Hey, not much, brother. I just wanted to add to it. I believe, when we're younger, we're kind of indoctrinated into that church setting from the older crowd. You have grandmothers that take their godchildren to church and everything. And hey, that's what happened to me. I was church, Bible studies, and they went to church and we had 2 hours of Bible studies, and we learned all about the Bible and everything about it and that, but we were indoctrinated in because there was no parents down there. It was whatever they were teaching us down there. There was nobody saying, parents saying, oh, no, wait, I don't believe in that. You can't teach them that. No, they taught you what they wanted.
Mantoid's got a point. Yeah.
Yeah. And you think about the school system, y'all. Think about everybody who got kids in school that, and I'm going to give some mathematics here, and all my scholars can correct me because y'all know how y'all do it. Y'all protect me with the correction. So if there's a grammar you want, remember there's an unlimited grammar box up here. You can change whatever I say, put it into your minds, and then your mind will interpret it exactly for you, a special order. If I misspell it, it's unlimited letters in this box. You can just correct any way I said, any kind of way, Ebonics, whatever works for you. So, and then I now have a number box down here for the math scholars. So think about this, Monday through Friday, what's the average kids are at school? They're at school from 8 to 3, 5, right? How many hours is that? That's probably 7, 8 hours a day, we can say. So they're at school 8 hours away from their parents. That's 40 hours a week. Some of them got an after school program. By the time they come home, the mother and father is putting them to bed by at least 8:30, 9 o'clock because they don't want to fool with them. So now the parent is only spending 2 hours a day with each kid, 10 hours versus 40 to the programmers, the handlers, and all of this stuff there. Then when the weekend comes, okay, the kid got things they're trying to do, so we got them out there. So in a month's time, the system, that's the word, is controlling these children, okay, for hundreds of hours each month, and we wonder why some things come unglued because we don't have the control. And now, especially in Texas, they just voted that all young kids are now going to be, no matter what your religious affiliation, you're going to be now trained on Christianity in the school, and all of the school districts are getting boned. They just passed it back in November in the middle of the night, and it is now there. And so you can't stop it. You're going to send your kids to school because you need the daycare, right? And now they're saying when they get here, I don't care what you sign or whatever it is, they're going to get Christianity no matter what their religion is, because they knew they were losing control on this awake generation, and they needed to grasp it back in. And that was one of the things that they were doing.
It takes authority away from the parents too.
Yeah. And this is in this society nowadays. No, that doesn't make sense because you got all kinds of religions, that are out there. And Mantoid was talking about Bible study. Me, I had catechism class.
Right.
I went to a predominantly Catholic school. And I remember there was one student, when the catechism class took place, she was taken out of the class because she was a Jehovah's Witness. Everybody there was Catholic except her, but she was taken out of the class because she was Jehovah's Witness, and she was allowed to do that.
See, there you go. I think it's one of those things that we have to look at, and people think it's more soft-spoken and whatever, but when you start looking into the reptilian stuff and you start looking into secret societies, and now you can kind of get that maybe, possibly, that the religious document. Now, I'm not saying God doesn't this. I'm not saying there's no Jesus Christ. I'm not saying all of this for those of you. I'm saying there are stories in that book that are deliberately done on purpose for a reason, especially if you want to start talking about a virgin birth. Let me be born from a virgin, you know, and all this kind of stuff. Or
Wasn't it?
or a woman walk up to me and talk, let's make some babies. We're not gonna do it this way.
Right.
We're gonna make a virgin baby. I'm going to Marvin Povich. Roderick, you are not the father. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking your ass a DNA test. I don't want to hear it.
Didn't Billy Carson
Roderick.
also say that Mary's mother was also a virgin when she was born?
Well, now we can take that story literally if you want to go back to the Anunnaki and all of this and how we were created. So you can go back to ancient texts and civilizations to say, okay, they mixed our DNA and then they found carriers. So there was a bunch of Adam and Eve, right? So we can look into that. But go ahead, man, Tori, you was asking something.
No, I was gonna say, but don't forget also that, let's say, selection processes when you're younger, right? You have gifted and talented. You have all these programs when you're younger for all these kids, right? Let's say these processes are there to weed out the people that they can actually control in those situations. And then if they can, they move them forward to the next level. Oh, now you got accepted to Harvard. You got a free scholarship. Oh, now you're in a secret society in Harvard. I can name one. There's a secret society. It's called
Skull and Bones.
Nope.
Was it Skull and Bones in Harvard?
One that is not very well known. It is called the Crow Club. Crow Club. CROW Club of California. They actually they worship, or no, the Owl Club. I'm sorry.
No, that's Bohemian
it's called
Club.
The Owl.
Oh.
Bohemian?
Yeah. The Bohemian Club. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. They have they have select members that worship this owl there, and they have ceremonies and flames and like whatever else they do there.
We are very short from we have now. I understand, and he's totally correct, Mantor. You are, and the owl is a real good symbolism for hidden truth, knowledge, and everything else. And this is why because the power is everyone's. This is why. This is why our owl luminous is not, they call themselves being illuminated. We're luminous people, right? We are going to look for the truth in the darkness of the light. So that's why that whole symbolism of darkness and thunder, but through the darkness, our group, our community, we see the light. And so learning this, you try to, they're taking this knowledge and they're embedding it into their society, and they're winning in some cases. That doesn't mean, and I say this to everybody, be careful of thinking, when you see, I use the SWAT sticker, oh yeah, it's related to Hitler, bro. Well, because Hitler built the brand of the SWAT sticker, right? Mm-hmm. So we think it's his, but it goes all the way back to China, meaning good luck, all these good. So he said, I need good luck if I'm gonna conquer some stuff. So he took it and used it. That doesn't mean that we don't learn how, there you go, right there, Bucko, that we don't learn how to use the power. And that's what I'm trying to eventually instill, that, hey, wait a minute, y'all. Let's not be scared of this stuff. Let's draw the power for ourselves and begin to change our families, our generation, our whatever. Because still, you got superheroes. So some people got superpower, but then we think, oh, superpower is good. Well, there's some bad superheroes with their superpowers are using it for bad, and there's good ones. So we're the good ones. Just we need to learn and use it. And I don't want to scare people or whatever, but I'm saying, guys, we're outnumbered, and not outnumbered in this world. We're outnumbered in that other world. Them jokers are trying to control everything when it comes down to it. All right, so let me see. We got some stuff in the chat here. It says, yeah, all right. Oh, they speaking to it. Ain't nobody talking to us though. All right. So anyone else got anything I want to say?
Because
I don't know if any of you remember. I don't know if any of you know who Alex Jones is. He did a documentary about Bohemian Grove a few years ago. He actually had one of his friends sneak in there with a hidden camera, and they filmed the ceremony they were doing with the big owl that was there, people in robes, and you know.
I see that.
Yeah, they said, Mantoid's seen it too. Yeah, I think they've
Bucko's been using the secret signs all night, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, even girls that presidents are there, you know, celebrities and all that. So there's some pretty influential people there, and they all have this big ceremony there every year.
All right, Bucko, what's going on? I saw you doing your symbolism there, sneaking it in on us. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Now that's a zodiac, right? Is that 12? Because you see those on churches too, though. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13th in the middle?
So I looked at this thing for the crop circle. I looked at it for a long time, and
that's a crop circle.
I didn't see the T. Can you see the T?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I see it. Oh yeah.
Now let me break that down for y'all. Count that real quick. There should be 12 of those portals in that, and then you got to 13. If you go to all of your old churches, actually, when we get out in Dallas, I think our group, we're going about 4 churches when the weather shifts. The Plato says, or Socrates, or one of them, you can Google it right now, says so the gateway to heaven is through the zodiac. Go look at all your old churches, and you're going to see that symbol over their doors and windows, because they knew that they do that. Now, when we get in my communities and modern day churches, oh no, the zodiac is evil. Get away from it. Somebody fooled some folks, because again, Plato and Socrates said the zodiac is the gateway to heaven. You see what he just saw right there, that crop circle. So somebody was sending a message saying that that's the key. That's how you get there. you get what I'm saying? And so you have to look at the meanings of those things.
Isn't there something called the missing zodiac sign? The missing zodiac sign or something? There was like 13 zodiac signs, but one got cut out.
Well, it's 13 because that's why they use the middle. We got 13 months and all that.
Yeah,
they just don't tell us that. Yeah. Yeah, they you know, they hide a lot of this stuff, man. They really do pretty much. Hang on one second. I'm gonna look up something while somebody else can talk a little bit. I'm actually
well, you know, one of my concerns is if I was praying to a false god all of these years, like, I mean, when I ascend, I want to go to a better place, not go to the other place down there where it's all, you know, hellfire and brimstone and eternal fire and pain. Now, I don't want to go there. I want to go to the good place, you know?
Right.
I think
it makes sense. You want to make sure you're going to the right house, right? So again, they don't be caring about that. They really don't.
Yeah, I want to see all my dead relatives again.
Yeah. Or you want to get up there and then be like, what's all this up here? Why I got all this stuff for where really you were supposed to get it down there, but I don't know who told you to wait to get up here. You can't use it. You be like, oh shit, I've been hoop week. You know what I'm saying? I should have got all of it down there. So it's okay. So let me bring it up on screen now for y'all to see. All right. So right there, you see all these are old churches in Dallas. All of them got that symbol, that crop circle that he's talking about embedded, you know, at some point, because it is the gateway. You know, this one of the churches we all are going to see. This one's got so much symbolism on it. It is crazy. I was down there and I was like, damn, these people ain't playing. So that's going to be our first stop in a couple of weeks as a group. I got the drone. Well, I'll have one for Christmas for my birthday, hopefully. So I'm speaking positively. And pretty much this church is where I grew up, 6 houses away from all my whole life. And boy, if I tell you, man, they did some stuff on me, man. Because I ended up, you know, setting this garage on fire, and he told my mom I'm going to hell. Oh, it was so bad. My mom was, because she was like real religious. Oh, it was, because it was a church that my friend of mine had a church in the garage, and I was playing with matches and and I lit this little mattress and the whole fucking thing just blew. I couldn't stop it. I was trying to get a cup of water. I done burnt down the neighborhood, the kids' church. Oh my God. Oh, it was crazy. But you know what? That was just me doing
what I find funny with that is that the front part looks like a lighthouse.
Yes. Yeah. It's sitting right on the corner. And they used to light that little thing up.
You got tons of lighthouse.
I was going to say
where I live. Yeah, it looks like a lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say with all these churches, it'd be curious to see if the Notre Dame Cathedral, the newly rebuilt one, has any new symbolism inside of it now.
Oh, they you know what? I think they would. I think some of these, they're bold enough to know that people don't know, because they got to keep it real. You know, they know the truth, so they can't defy God, right? So
maybe like somebody goes in and investigates that, you know?
Well, we're going to do that. That's the whole point when we get out. So we're going to go through. One of the things that we're going to do here in Dallas is I start visiting graveyards, looking at Illuminati symbols, because you'd be surprised. Go to a graveyard and you're going to see people speaking from the dead, telling you who they were after they died. Those tombstones, especially the older ones. And then you'll see some sad ones too. When you see trees and, you know, tombstone with old trees, that means that person was taken down too early in life, you know, taken down. So there's a lot of symbolism that the old folks used to use back in the day. I go to like these old ones. And then one day I remember I felt like I could have sworn to you. I was sitting out there and I was like, somebody's trying to come get out of here with me. And I'm looking around like, I'm not. So I went back to the car, I put on my hat, shit. I was like, I ain't taking nobody home with your ass below here. You know what I'm saying? You go stay here. You know what I'm saying? I told a couple of people, a couple of might be in there. I was like, dude, I learned a lot from those trips. I was like, there are some people can't wait to latch on to your ass to get up out of there. I'm like, and I felt the energy like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. We ain't doing that. But, you know, of course we'll go in. But yeah, those places, you know, we're gonna stop people. There's a lot of tattoo shops. I've been running in the grocery stores, and I got about 3 or 4 some pictures running into people that are, some of these people got body tats on with symbolism that they have no clue. And I'll be like, how you feel every day? Oh, I just can't. Do you know you feeling that way because of that thing right there? You know what I'm saying? That thing right there that you put on it. And I'm not saying art. It's a difference from body art and symbolism art that they don't know they got it just because they thought it was cool. You know, so that's all I'm saying. All right, we got some art. There we go. Oh, that's the is that the trifecta? No, that's the what is that called?
Yeah.
What we got? Our Lumpington 13th Zodiac. Yep, there you go. The trifecta,
is that a military tattoo? I think mandatory was
that's one of them that I got from the Army, but I also have like my whole back piece and my other shoulder and everything. But I don't do anything like when I get a tattoo, it's really meaning for me. Like this one here was meaning because when I got I have a doctorate in metaphysics. Spent 10 years actually researching metaphysics and the metaphysical. So this actually I got after I actually got my doctorate in my hands. I was like, I'm going to do something special and symbolize it for myself. And that's what I did.
Yeah, it's something. All right. So let's get back to a little bit about this mind control for the new people that's hopping in and probably where we're going with that. Being in the military, they always say that, and what caught my attention, we'll get back to, there's a couple of people having conversations that you got to walk out backwards in the cemetery. No, I drove my ass straight out.
That's funny.
You catch me going backwards. Oh, no, I bag out because it was a one-way entrance. You know what I'm saying? That's about the only backwards that I'm doing, you know, at this point. So my dad was so suspicious. You break a mirror, and he would go get it. Man, he would panic and put it all in the bag. We go to the nearest Trinity River and drop it in the river. It was, boy.
Like I said, if I see a ghost of cemetery, I'll be running out of there forwards, not backwards.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not bagging out, like, so I can see you.
Mirror, though.
No, my ass is gone. All right, so
I was in a cemetery
military
and
market.
at night, and I came across on accident.
You did what? You kicked a cross? What did you say? You kicked a bucko?
Kicked a cross on a tombstone?
On somebody's
Huh?
grave? On somebody. All right. So, we got another cash out. So let me get my claps together.
Might have invoked,
Appreciate it, Darius.
invoke the wrath of whoever's buried there.
Huh. Yeah, that'd be some serious stuff. What about military programming, Mantor? Mind control. Like Delta.
Like military, I would say.
Like the Delta forces, because I was studying that they are trained assassins. They got to be a program that you're getting ready to go take some life, you know?
Well, also with Delta Force, like I was talking about when I was, on before on the show, all these people that are in the military, they're even with Delta Force, like they're almost done with their career, or they're close to it, and they're like, what can I do to better myself? Can I go here to this school and become, an assassin and then join the CIA, or can I do counterintelligence for, they have to think ahead, because you get out of the military and you've got all this experience and you have nothing to go on or nothing to go forward with. You sit there and you don't do anything. These are the people that the PTSD hits them and they can't take it, and they do something that they shouldn't. I won't say it, but
Yeah. No, I'm thank you for being cautious there. I'm on probation.
Yeah, I can be courteous.
Yeah. They got me controlled tonight. That's why we talk little stuff
or even when they first get in there. I keep thinking of Full Metal Jacket there. In boot camp, you got the drill sergeant right in their face, cussing them out.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
What does that do to a kid?
Well, let me tell you what it does to a man. And I can tell you that shit. So I watched this commercial. Y'all probably remember back in the day. And that's when Super Bowl commercials meant something. They had the referee talking to the coach, and the coach talking to the referee. He was a referee, and the coach was in his face, yeah. And then you hear the guy with the deep voice. Look at his skill. Look at his training. Where did he get that training from? Yeah, and the coach, yeah, and the ref just standing there. Look at that. Look at how they do it. Then the next thing you know, they show his wife. Yeah. Oh, that shit was so cool.
That's funny.
That shit was so cool. They flipped over like, this where you got that damn training from. Yeah, see, ain't no women up here, so we get to do what we do, y'all. That's fine. We can laugh together. That's fine. Y'all chose not to come up here tonight. That's cool. And pretty much, what you got for us, Bucko? Bucko's
they can't deal with all the testosterone.
Yeah, Bucko is doing the artwork over there. I know. Look, William type of poor guy.
He's an artiste.
Right? He's an artiste. And somebody else talking about they sleep in the graveyard. I don't know what y'all,
Sleep in a graveyard.
Oh, he's drawing. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Is that me? The glasses?
Yeah,
The glasses aren't that square.
Look, he drawing out. All right, so it's 5 of us up here, so you missing a few people then if he's getting the whole thing. Yeah, it's pretty much. But somebody, the triangle is, maybe they kind of behind on the thing, but triangles to be feminine, yeah. All right, some people are watching us in the delay mode, so if you are watching us in the delay mode and you just hearing this, the time is Central Time, 9:28. So when you hear this and it doesn't correlate with the time, then you're in delay. Refresh your screen, come back in, and get live real time stuff. Because some making some comments that I know they're probably 20 minutes behind us.
And a big takeaway with the programming stuff is always going to go on. You just want to make sure you're in control of what you're trying to shift your reality to be and control the program.
One step ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is that for us to admit that it happens. And I think there's a lot of people want to admit that the programming starts. Body lecture say, you fellas need some hangout time. That's cool. We taking it. You know what I'm saying? But I think the hardest thing is for all of us to admit that there is a programming has been done to us, because nobody wants to do that, because we think we're all in so much control of ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with finding out that there's some stuff that hacks and stuff been done. Because other than that, that's how you bring yourself to deprogram, right? Is to recognize. But then we can think about things that we do. We don't know why we did it. And how many of us sat back and said, why did I say that? Or why did I think that? And you'd be like, damn. Many times, right? Because it's coming back to you like, I have no clue why I just did that, you know? And so, and Misty said, yeah, they start before conception. Yeah, because remember I was telling y'all in another video that, yeah, they do trauma-based program when the fetus, they will stick a needle down through the stomach and poke the child in the fetus stage to start trauma programming. And they knew what they were doing, you know? And so, and if they're smart enough to know that they can start a program in the fetus, how many people, you know, drink and smoke all the stuff while they're pregnant? And don't understand the what's happening there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is something that they do. Yeah. So.
Like Mantoy said, one step at a time too. One thing we all do, we're all on YouTube at some point scrolling through shorts and stuff. Something I tell people a lot of times is, if you want to start understanding, controlling what you're consuming and stuff, take and delete all your search history on YouTube and then just start pulling up, like, say, micro educational things, and notice the difference in how you're conducting yourself. If you just deleting your history and starting it over and putting in there what you want to start seeing, you know.
Yeah.
That's how the algorithm sees it too.
Oh yeah, they're gonna serve you. They're gonna keep serving you those things. They're listening to everything that you do say, and they're trained to put those things together. So I think it's something that, again, when we talk about it. So while y'all up here, I'll get into some of the other segment, and we can all do this together. So when we start talking about everything that we uncovered, it leads us to the moment that I'm getting ready to get to now, because I think the same forces controlling the media, entertainment, also control to way we think. So let's go into mass media as a tool of programming, and we'll start with the Super Bowl. Now, I didn't go back and watch a lot of the Kendrick Lamar outside of the reels on purpose, because I know there was some programming in there. Although some people focusing on this particular symbolism, there's other stuff that's in there, right? That they were talking about when they had the hangman. There was so many different stuff in there that I'm like, wow, you know. And a part of this, where I'm going with this is, so I think that it will be always in their best interest to say we need to mass programming people. So have any of you can remember anything you saw on TV that you was like, whoa, why are they showing that? Anybody?
Specifically, I was watching a movie the other day, and they just like kept incorporating death, like in every little, like every punchline had to be about that. And I was like, man, I just don't even want to watch this, because I'm not trying to consume that, you know. And
especially if your mind is picking up, subconscious is picking up on it, then it is one of those things, pretty much. What about you, Mantoy?
Well, I will say one thing. For the last,
I don't know why he's not here with us. So, hang on, Charles. Come on, you know it's Friday. We live stream. You should be up here on the screen with us.
Come and join the party.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, he called me to tell me what I just said. Well, go ahead. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna put you on speaker. Maybe I can do that. Okay, go ahead.
Hey guys, what's up?
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Yeah, they can hear you. Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good.
You know what? I got
doing
this
our truth seeking thing.
I got this thing supposed to be able to hook to a Bluetooth. I'm gonna F something up, but all right, go ahead. Just go ahead while I'm trying to fool around with technology here, and have a call-in show.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
They saying what's up.
What's up, man?
You can't hear them, but they can hear you.
Hello.
Okay. I'm Charles Davis.
How you doing, Charles?
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. You have to turn your TV down, because you're listening to hear what you're saying to us, and it's causing you to pause and give us an echo. So just believe the phone works. and then we good to go. I got you.
Yeah, okay, it's working now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I thought I turned it down all the way, baby.
Hey,
Yeah, tell baby you're gonna sing Lou Rawls to her too. Like, you'll never find a love like mine.
As I've said often, turn your radio off, please.
She's got this video game on.
Okay. All right. But go ahead. You got the floor right quick, brother.
Video game. Super Mario?
Okay, how's everybody doing?
They're doing good. I'm gonna speak for them too.
Okay. And now what's the conversation we're talking about?
So you'll call in the call-in show.
Oh my God.
You call in show and you don't know the topic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just like you do a call-in and you ask what's the topic on the call-in show. See, that's the fellas. It's all fellas. That's why we don't have these women here, though. But we'll do it that way. I wonder how do I hook.
I was looking at this.
Oh.
I was looking at this thing.
Bucko's gonna strum us a tune.
I was just saying. I was listening to the conversation what you guys were talking about,
Right.
and I kind of caught part of it. And that I was looking at the tattoos. And what's his name?
Mantoid.
Mantor. Yeah. When I seen the tattoo on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I was looking at that, and then I was trying to hear what else was talking. But you said something about how did you say it?
Which part?
What would you,
And,
the last thing he said when he showed you the tattoo?
well, I don't remember now because I'm talking a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got my talking points right here, but I'm talking a lot. All right. So what I'm going to try to do, let me try to hook my Bluetooth up to this in a minute. And
I think we were talking about symbolism he was talking about.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to hook it up to my Rodecaster, the phone, and then I can do a call in. So, Charles, I'll call you back when I can figure it. If I can't, then we'll call you back in a little bit anyway. So.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. So, Bucko, I thought you had a picture. Was I on that picture? Put it back up so I can see that thing. No?
Can you hear us?
Bucko, you with us, Bucko? He's not.
Jesus.
Bucko, you with us?
Bucko time.
Yeah. Do you have a picture? Was I in the drawing
dude.
there? Okay, yeah. Let me see that. Oh shit.
The one of you.
Bring it in closer.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's
You got
Roderick
the-
on the left.
Yeah, got that out. Look, I got the owl eyes and nose in there. All right. We doing something. Oh yeah. All right. All right there. We got the eyes working. Appreciate it. Yeah. There we go. All right. So let me see what we got here. They talking about John Wick and all that stuff. All right. So when we think about it, I think that what we got? There's Luminous there too. Yeah. Space alien Luminous.
It's like a
Bucko done grabbed he got a guitar now, so he might need to sing some stuff with us.
So, Rod, you were talking about the crazy stuff on TV.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, my thing is for us knowing that we're watching, like someone saying John Wick movies, and all right, yeah, you can draw some new stuff there. Cool. The John Wick movies, all of these things that symbolizes a lot of stuff that we see from programming. And if you go back to, I was watching something, a Bart Simpson something, and I saw it. I meant to clip it to bring it on here. And it was a kids show. They watching it, and he's making cheese. So they like, we're gonna make cheese today. You know how the cheese had the holes in them. And they're coming down this assembly line, and they're doing this making cheese. And I look, I said, "Is that a DICK?" And his penis is popping the holes out in the cheese. I'm like, dude, what? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
It's crazy. And we might can Google it and find it on YouTube right quick or something. But yeah, and I'm like, man, come on, are you kidding me? let me see if I can find it too. But I'm like, man, these people don't waste no time doing stuff like that and putting stuff out there so that we let me see here.
And it's
Or-
a show that that's
Well-
mostly meant for kids, or
It is for
you know,
kids, yeah.
12, 13-year-old, you know. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when we had Cartoon Network, when we had Adult Swim, and that was on earlier. It was on at like 7 p.m. And then Cartoon Network got sued because of the shows they were showing, and they said you got to show it later because then kids are in bed.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So yeah, they I'm trying to find it in here. I don't see it right quick, but yeah, it's a lot of symbolism in that stuff. And they need to pretty much.
But there's
I'm trying to read some of the chats. Y'all go ahead. I'm just reading the chat.
there's stuff on Netflix too. Like I caught a show called Cassandra. It's from Germany, and it talks about well, it was probably one of the very first smart houses that was built, like 1970s, like early mid 70s. But yeah, that show is pretty effed up because it's like an AI system that runs the house, but the thing kind of glitches because the original owner programmed the AI to be like his wife. His wife turned out to be a psychopath. So at one point, the AI held the family that was living there hostage.
Yeah.
And there was blood, people getting hit and all that stuff. And when I saw that, it's like, oh my God, this is pretty effed up.
Yeah. Check this out. I want y'all to see this. This is Simpson. Tell me if y'all don't get this symbolism real quick. All right, there it is on the screen. Everybody see it, right? Audience, y'all should see it. Brindy, yep, I remember the swim. Y'all check this out. Watch this symbolism.
Oh my God!
you can't want to thank the Lord for this wonderful. Kids are watching this.
Oh, that's
you get
crazy.
what I'm saying? Our kids are watching that. Our kids are watching that, and they know parents said a word. They just see the food. They just see the food, and let's go buy McDonald's for their ass tonight.
Bring to McDonald's is like.
Well, listen, the Mystery Machine.
God bless us for these hamburgers.
And they're praying for the Peters, man. The kids are praying for the Peters. You know what I'm saying?
Roderick, back in the day, we had, back in the day with Scooby-Doo, we had, they were breaking into people's houses and trying to, see if they were crooks and shit.
Right.
Oh yes. Speaking of Scooby-Doo, Shaggy and the Shaggy and Scooby, they're always hungry. They're always eating. When you smoke weed, doesn't that give you the munchies? No, I don't smoke weed, so I don't know. So it's like,
I'm sure some people in here can answer that shit. Yeah, they said yes. Chandra said yes.
There's pot smokers because they always got the munchies.
Right.
You know what it is.
I almost smoked weed once. I didn't, but the she-wolf, she was a weed smoker, and one day I said, I need to connect with the she-wolf, and I was like, I'm gonna smoke some weed tonight. I'm so glad I didn't. I almost got drawn in, and I'm like, well, you don't need to. You're gonna get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You are ordained to get this tonight. So don't go take yourself out like that, brother. Just wait.
And how many times were we told as kids, just say no?
Right. Right.
No means no.
Yeah, it's one of those things, But again, that's how they roll. And with this stuff out here, and pretty much, man, it's just crazy.
About a decade ago, there was this guy in the street, and he was shooting, and witnesses seen him shooting, but there was nothing. There was nothing in the gun, but witnesses still heard them shooting, but there was nothing.
Huh.
It was just a symbol, just to.
I get you.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it is, symbolism is everywhere. That's one of the things that I try to, make sure that, you learn this stuff and pretty much in from modern day as well as ancient symbolism. Modern day has changed a lot. So they have done a lot of stuff to put some stuff there, but it's just kind of one of those things to do that. Somebody talking about edibles, they're doing some edibles. Rookie smokers get munchies.
Edible weed.
Well, I mean, I don't think everybody heard, but not this birthday, about two birthdays ago, I did get, illuminated for the first time. I had some gummies, and dude, that was my first time ever having some THC. And I'm telling you, I called an ambulance. I thought I was dying. And I got it right here on my phone as I remember. Man, the floor, every time I took a step, the whole floor was moving. And they kept saying blah, blah, blah. I just said, well, I just had some whatever. I tell them the gummies at that time. And she was like, no, you don't have something stronger than that, some THC or whatever. I was like, no, I just had to. And man, I'm telling you, my heart was moving. I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, what the hell? And I remember being in the ambulance and the lady was asking me questions. And then I said, I was like, I heard the beep thing go off. Beep. I thought I died, right? I was like, oh shit. She said, oh, calm down. This, if you nobody hears that one when it really happens. I was like, oh my God, man. I called my daughter, and that's how I found out she smoked weed. I told her I had some stuff. She said, Dad, let me come up there and try. I said, girl, I'm being out. You don't need this. Your daddy, is blah, blah, blah. 2 days later, there wasn't nothing to me. I was like, how long you been smoking? She was like, oh, Dad, that wasn't nothing to me. I'm like, oh. And then that's when they said I had some Delta 12, something he said. Oh, man. And I ate the whole chunk, right? And then I drank some energy drinks right behind it. And I mean, it was a big old chunk of caramel, right? I was just like, oh, that shit tastes good. Man, I gobbled that shit down, and boy, it blew me out. And I'm like, you are not made for that shit. I got the video right here. Y'all gonna see my feet in the ambulance. I keep it as a momentum to, just to remember. It was on my birthday. And okay, so let me put it up here for a minute.
Of course it was.
That's me in the hospital. And then that's me in the back of the ambulance. You can hear it. But y'all can't see it, but my legs and shit sit there. You hear that beeping sound, right?
Yeah.
When it stopped, I thought I died. It was March 10th, 2022. Look, 6:58 p.m. I keep it. It was on my birthday. I was like, so I ain't have nobody to call or say nothing. I'm going, who do you call? You by yourself and shit? Well, I'll call my mama. No, shit, and that shit was a trip. That shit was a trip. And I said, a friend of mine was like, don't tell nobody that shit. Don't tell nobody that story. I'm like, yeah. It was wild. It was wild. And when they walked me to the ambulance and shit, I'm telling you, I was stepping. I shook. That ground was moving, man. It was going. It was the ground was splitting and stuff. I was like, man, no, And they were laughing at the hospital. Oh, they were laughing at me. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't think it was funny at all. I did not think it was funny. They was giggling like, "This is your first time? Yeah. What first time? What? You know what I'm saying?
First time being high."
I'm like, shit. It was tough. Oh, it was tough. It was tough. So I don't know how y'all do it, but it was tough. So that was cool. I just said nope. Yeah, you're right. Say no to drugs, and that was the first time because I've never been drunk in my life. I never, smoked any weed or any of that stuff. But man, the lady said it was for knee pain, so I was like, okay, yeah, I get some knee pain. And man, I ate that. That thing was that big, man, and I ate that whole piece of candy. Oh, boy, it took
How'd
me
you feel during it?
Huh?
How'd your knee feel during it?
Man, I'm telling you, my equilibrium was off for 4 days. 4 fucking days. I had to grab the walls to walk. You know, to not fall over and shit. You know, that's how bad it was.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah, for 4 days, man. I was like, man, this is crazy.
But your knee wasn't hurting.
My knee wasn't hurt though. I was shit up. I'm jumping 6 feet, you know, slam dunks and shit. You know what I'm saying? The knee pain was gone. It was gone. Oh, it was gone. So it's like, But I know some of y'all can handle that stuff. Y'all get it. You know, somebody talk about Ghostbusters. Yeah, somebody talk where you get it again. Everybody want it. Look, I know my daughter's like, where you get that at? Yeah, I was in what was that? Little M, yeah. And the lady walked, you know, oh my God, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I tell everybody, don't. Everybody who I tell a story, like, what store was that? I'm like, it took me out, man. I'm telling you, I called the ambulance, y'all. I ain't lying. You know, I couldn't. I was at the, and then we'll get back to the conversation. So I was at the auto store, and I'm looking at my car because I needed a part, but it wouldn't come out my mouth. All I knew was my car, and he said, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I know I'm trying to say something, and I couldn't say it. I'm like, and my mind was just like, it was just all distorted, dude. So I don't know how y'all do it. And I remember the She-Wolf told me, we make you smarter. And I'm like, no, I don't know about that one. You know, so I don't know. But I know that day, it was a scary moment for me, man. And I thought I was dying. I was palpating. I was like, oh no, you know. No, they took me from there. The ambulance took me from there, and then about 6 hours later, I called an Uber back to my car and drove home. I was driving. I got pulled over because I was driving 25 into 60.
Oh my God!
I showed him the paperwork. He was like, he was laughing. He said, "Just stay over in this lane, dude." Oh, I was fucked up. Oh, I was messed up. I was fucked up, man. Oh my God. Oh, I know. It just take away the whole thing. And there ain't nobody gonna listen to nothing else I say. I was driving, grabbing the steering wheel. I was holding that bitch tight too. Oh, I wasn't gonna let it go for nothing.
That is as bad as my wife's father getting pulled over in a moped drunk.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in a moped.
Yeah.
It followed him for like 2 miles. The cop car followed him for like 2 miles, didn't have the lights on, and just was behind him. And then once they started seeing him swerving a little bit, there goes the lights.
Well, hey, I tell you, man, it's something. So you know what? I give it to people, you know, when it comes down to, you know, everybody, you know, doing what they do and stuff. It's just one of those things. So I've stayed away from it. I just don't, you know, and, you know, and in fact, it took about that last gummy that I didn't even touch it, but I didn't throw it away for about 3 months. You know, I just wanted to look at it like, and it wasn't the gummies because I never got to those. So I gave those to my daughters. But that caramel candy, that Delta 12, 11, some shit. And I called the store and he was scared because he thought I was going to lawsuit or something. And I was like, what was it? So he was like, he said, that was your first time? And you ate the whole piece? I said, yeah, I ate the whole fucking chunk. I said, yeah, it was a piece of candy. It was caramel. I ate the whole, you know, and then I chugged down a couple of energy drinks with it too. And it was funny because I had stopped at there's a crystal store there. So that's what it was. I was at that little store and I'm like, these crystals are calling me. I was like, these crystals are calling me, you know, because the lady was talking, you feel the energy? I'm like, damn, I can feel the fucking energy. Man, I was high as a kite.
Roderick has never heard of the term micro-dosing.
Oh my God. I ate that whole piece of shit. Oh my God.
It's like, I was only supposed to eat like a small piece of that.
Yeah, well, So, and here's the other funny part. I ain't gonna tell y'all that because that'd be me just laughing at myself. So anyway, all right. So we'll move on from that. What? Yeah. So mind control. So those drugs there. I was under some mind control or something, maybe, or losing my mind. One of the two. From that standpoint, sometimes we need another Get High movie. Well, there's a bunch of them out there. That's a bunch
Cheech
of them
and Chong's probably a good one.
Now, you know what? That
Maybe
was
two
some
of
good
those.
stuff. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know anything about that one. So that was some Cheech and Chong.
The tools.
Where's my car?
Yeah. So they'd be like, yeah.
Dude, where's my car?
Yeah.
Now, have anybody
That guy
or
from
any
the
of y'all
70s show.
and any of y'all familiar with Easter eggs? They was like
yes.
Easter eggs.
I
like
said
they
in,
do fly.
I said in the chat a while ago, the Big Bang Theory has tons of them. Like
Okay, so
constant references
give me a little
to
more
Star
details on
Wars,
that. I had a
Star
friend-
Trek, Doctor Who, anything sci-fi.
Yeah, I had a friend. We was talking about Easter eggs and stuff. So, anyone else out there in the
Dude,
audience?
I want to talk about the biggest Easter egg in the room is the giant egg that got, shown on the video. But you go look back like 20 years ago with Mork and Mindy, and what did he come in? An egg.
Okay.
They knew it.
Yeah.
That was symbolism right there. They knew what was coming, and they wanted to put it out there so people thought it was a joke.
Well, you know what? That last Alien movie that came, that alien was a Easter egg type shape.
Yeah.
That big one, and then was doing all those little symbols and stuff, speaking to the lady, right? Yeah, and so, well, I guess so. I guess that's how they do all that. But I'm looking more into that. Meemaw said Easter eggs are hidden messages or clues in plain sight. Yeah, because a friend of mine said their kids was telling them, about Easter eggs and all that stuff. Or hidden references of other movies.
Big Bang Theory. Meemaw. That's Sheldon's grandmother. Her name is Meemaw.
I can't think of any movies, but off the top of my head, I keep thinking like the Call of Duty Easter eggs. Everybody's all about them. Like a lot of them, they'll even be like some little snippets of like Tesla's story, like in the zombies and stuff like that. That's always something I was thinking.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. At the end of the movie, you've got J. Allen Hynek, who was project director of Blue Book, on the movie set right at the end of the movie.
That's true with his pipe. I remember that.
Yeah. They pan back and you see all the military people, and you see Hynek with his beard right there.
So what Disney movie, Brindy, that has the Easter eggs and stuff in it? So we can. I'm gonna see if I can pull something up here. So give me a movie if y'all know any of them, and then I'll see if we can find some on YouTube real quick and pull it up.
I don't know if it's true, but everybody always talks about the Lion King and the clouds that say SEX.
Sex. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if it's. I didn't know if that was real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me see if we can find that one. Yeah, and I watch Lion King all the time. Let's see, Lion King. Let's see, symbol. Let's see if we can pull it up.
But it still plays on Broadway. The Lion
Yeah,
King
here it is,
Broadway.
right here. So I'm gonna put it up, but I'm gonna turn the volume down so we don't get in trouble. So y'all just kind of see it. They were saying that the Lion King had okay, let me put it on screen. All right, so let's play it and see. Oh crap! There we go.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yep, there it is, right there.
SEX.
What?
And Disney was always known for this kind of stuff. I'm reading his story now, and he was known for putting out, perverted things in his stuff. And there it is, right there. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So
another thing I got told to look into also, Roderick, was the clocks. All the clocks in Disney movies, the Roman numbers aren't correct. Like in Snow White, when they say, "Oh, you have till midnight," there's actually an 11 there at the top with an 11 right next to it at the top for the 12 as being the 12 for 12 o'clock. So actually, when they were saying you have an hour till midnight, you look at the clock, it says 12 and 12. It was both the same thing.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that the symbolism, again, when we were children, is just programming, whatever. But, you know, I don't know how many kids got finished with The Lion King and started doing some crazy stuff, but I can best to believe that they did, you know, at this point when it comes down to it. Yeah, I just think it's pretty wild to do. Someone said The Little Mermaid. Where was that? I'll Google it. What's in The Little Mermaid? Symbolism. Yeah.
Well, Mantua said about the clocks. Did anybody wonder why when you see advertising, that's always at the 10 and 2 position? You know, one hand's at the 10, the other's at the 2. Is there a symbolism or a reason behind that?
What degree of angle is that? You got to go by the degree of angle. Maybe it's a, you know what I mean?
Could be.
Well, we talked about that in the other thing. Yeah. So when we do that, yeah, I mean, we talked about that with the Pepsi logo and the degrees and all that stuff. So even when back in the day with Starbucks, you know, they let everybody know that this is their muse. Yeah. Now Fantasia, Brenda, has every, you know, I have a new book I'm reading on that now. Fantasia is, I got their script. And we're going to go over it probably one of these shows, and it'll tell you every scene that they deliberately put some type of programming in it to program us for certain issues. Yeah, so it's all those things. Yeah,
But,
yeah. So
you know,
it's pretty much. And let me see here if I can find it. The old.
You talk about Pepsi. A local hockey arena, one of the sponsors there is Pepsi, and the face-off circles is actually the Pepsi logo. They've been doing that for the past couple of years. Instead of like the traditional red face-off circle, it's the Pepsi logo.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Y'all check this one out. Okay, so we talked about the siren, Starbucks, and all of this stuff, but check this commercial out. This was back before some of y'all was born.
They stopped all the logos. We just go like.
Okay, so let me show y'all this. Now, this was back in the 40s. I mean, not 40s, but 70s. Look at that with the breast out, and then, of course, the legs are open, but it's the tail. And this is them talking about their logo. But listen to the old commercial. They stopped playing this because people didn't catch it. But listen what they tell you. They don't tell you this is their logo. Listen to what they tell you this is, and then y'all think this is a joke out here. Look.
No way. Huh.
Oh, wow.
See, now, did they say our logo? They said our symbol, right? Our muse. I'm telling you, they had always
Our
been programming.
goddess.
Yeah, our goddess. And they use this goddess to, and if you go back to the story of the siren, this beautiful woman would trap men out in the water and unalive them. You know, so we, you know, and that was the whole purpose. But just again, I'm gonna play it one more time, but just listen, they tell you she became this, she's this, and they can't resist her. So I was doing that story about being in Starbucks, and now you go watch people sitting in Starbucks. They all just memorize and the smell. And the CEO said it's the aroma with them legs open. Yeah, you go in there, you're like, woo, you know what I'm saying? And they doing this on purpose. They're using the magic stuff, and why not? Why not learn it too? Okay, in The Little Mermaid, Ursula turns into a human. She deliberately rubs her breast area on Prince. Well, okay then.
That's just crazy.
Mm. That was a first debut commercial, and they never showed that shit again. After that, people was like, "What the hell y'all doing?"
That's what I was about to ask you. When was they established?
It was way back before you were born, though.
I didn't even know there was around.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know. You wisdom. We have the triple moon here. We have youth, middle age, and wisdom. So wisdom is telling you it was before you was born.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm from Canada. I always thought the Starbucks logo was the Statue of Liberty. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why I always thought that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Yeah, that meanwhile, if Roderick plays the sound, he gets in trouble on YouTube. Yeah, there are certain things you just can't do. Yeah, you can't. I'll get in trouble, and I don't get enough support so that YouTube demonetize the channel. If they demonetize the channel, then I'm gonna be having a sign. I'm gonna be standing on the street corner, and it'll be like, and ain't nobody gonna give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I was out there and any of y'all seen me, you didn't know me, and you saw me out there holding this sign, "We'll work for food." I don't think y'all can see it, but if you could,
I can't even see it.
There you go, right there.
Oh,
You saw me, my fluffy self. You don't need to eat, starve. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna give me no food. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't want me out there with no sign. We'll work for food.
You need to lose a few pounds before we.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all right though. You know what I'm saying? Because I love hard. I love hard. So
I guess we'll know that Roderick's been booted off of YouTube is when we try to get into here and channels longer there like, oh no.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. So y'all see that cash app at the bottom. We need to keep the lights on another hour. So if y'all want to contribute, I'll go out there and pay the electric bill. He's outside. He's parked.
You need heat more than you do lights.
Well, you know what? Let there be light. Because if I'm in the dark and it's cold, and I'm, and y'all know, I'm by myself and stuff. That's a horrible thing to be in the dark and cold and you single. That is some mind control there.
Yeah, ladies, step on up, come here too.
Huh?
I said, ladies, step on up, come here too.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Someone said I would.
Where is everybody?
The topic, or what would you do? What's the I would, Brendy? Huh? So yeah, you know what I'm saying. You'd be like, man, yeah, it'd be a little cold and just be out here, But that's all right. Somebody, y'all would give me some food. Y'all pull over and be like, yeah. He needs some food. I would try that sugar honey tea and see if it works. Just be standing out there. I guarantee you somebody will come up and lay hands on me. I bet somebody will pray for my ass. They will pray for me real bad. Yeah.
Film yourself being a beggar with that sign. How many people say
they would pray for my ass. Look, Meemaw said, I hope this keep you warm. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Y'all give her a shout out.
$10.
Yeah.
They're keeping warm. Yeah, there we go. Let me find my
lights on.
Keep the lights on. There we go. The lights are staying on. We can go longer now, y'all, because Rashad got us here first, and then we had a little boost earlier with
it's Canadian though, so that's worth about $5 US.
Yeah, right. So we doing it now, man.
This exchange rate is brutal.
Well, you know what? It's all good though. I think it's somebody say, oh no. You also don't want to get cease and desist from Fluffy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you're seeing somebody else stuff. Question: why do these female artists attach themselves to the Saturn imagery? All right, so Corey, let me know if you're in real time, then we'll answer that. Otherwise, you may be asking a question that we talked about or not talked about, but just let me know. You post the time right now, and then we'll know where you at. Then I'll go into that. I just want to make sure we're having a real time conversation, because there's some of y'all, like I said, y'all chatting and you're not in real time.
You're probably looking at the tattoos still.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It depends on when they came in, and so they could still be looking at the tattoo. And I got, you know what, now that we got the fellas up here, let me bring some more of these tattoos up here. Shit, because I don't want to be the only one to talk about, oh, that's a damn good tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at the symbolism on that ass, tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all think all bad and shit. Oh, Roderick just salivating over tattoos today. We have a show on symbolism. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. We got a couple of more pages up here. Mary J, she butterfly back. Y'all know Cheryl, there's Mary J, but that's Cheryl. Is it Cher? Lloyd?
Cher?
Yeah.
Like Sonny and Cher?
Now that, if you don't get the symbolism out of this stuff, right there. And then she's doing the monarch symbol holding the cross across. Yeah. Yeah. So
when do you think? When did they start all these tattoos?
That stuff been happening like 50, 20 years ago, but now that they're coming out, they're just kind of showing it now, because they're getting more. Here's Linda Perry, and then you can see she got serpents. We can't see it there, but y'all see the serpent right there on her arm that's coming back. So yeah, and but there you go. Here, this is Lena, and
I think it was more discreet than it is now.
No, it's wide open. It's wide open now. People just don't see it because
back when this started, it was probably more discreet, but they kept it hidden.
Well, no, we just didn't know, right? So they've been doing it because we can go back to some people that's been having them, a long time ago, but I think it's just a little more now. So Vanessa Hudgens, we just see body art now. We think it's a little. Well, we know Britney Spears fell apart at that point. So
if you don't know, you can't see it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, now that you know, you can't stop seeing it, right? Yeah, you can't stop seeing it, and I wouldn't say, Misty, that they all been in MK Ultra, but they all, because the music industry is trying to control them to make money from them, so they program them for their slaves, right? To make sure you produce this type of music, you got to dress like this, because they're raking in the dollars, not the artists. So they program and reduce. No different than we know what Puffy did to all his people, because if you think about Cassie and how beautiful a person that she is, why would you want to watch her getting, with other guys? Oh. All right, okay, we'll see you, Bucko.
What's stats?
Bucko said he's finna go. No. What is that? Tattoo, Mantor. What is that?
That is a three-headed dragon with a lot of symbols in it.
All right, so tell us what those symbols are.
See the dragon.
I mean, how do you sign up?
How do you sign up for what? Mind control? What are you asking, Bucky?
Oh.
What are you asking for? Bucky, what are you asking?
Did you say sign up or sign off?
Did he say sign off or
I
sign
thought
up?
I said sign up.
Oh.
The tattoos, the money.
He's saying how you get in.
Oh, how you get in?
The money.
Well, all you need to do is start singing, get that guitar and go, I'm a rhinestone cowboy. And they're going to come for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're going to come, start singing. They're going to come for you, take,
play
you know
a few
what
songs,
I'm saying?
a few tunes.
Dress in some boots and some shorts, you know what I'm saying? And get your rap game together. They'll come for you.
Hey, just remember, half of the 1/3 of everything in the universe is vibration. So sound is a lot.
Sounded like you got to do it, man. And you can always do Milli Vanilli and lip sync. They'll come for you. Yeah. All right. So look, he just answered. I'm from the UK. I'm in real time in this video. No, he's like 20, 30 minutes behind.
hockey, right? Canadian
Oh
hockey.
boy,
Yeah. So
Canadian hockey. There you go.
Hockey? Oh, you want to sing the hockey theme song?
so Bucko said he want to be. Well, then, Bucko, what we're gonna do here? I'm gonna go back to the beginning of something. You tell me which butterfly you want. Then.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, you say I want. Yeah, we'll show some of these butterflies, and you tell us which one. And I'm sure there's some tattoo artists in here, and that give us an excuse to look back at some of them anyway. But yeah, let's go previous.
He's doing the pyramid sign.
Boy, this Cash Doll. I don't remember this tattoo. I don't remember seeing this one. Well, Jesus Christ. I'm talking about the artist. He was very talented.
The scary one.
Well, we're gonna go back through them. You just when you spot it, you let us know. We need to look at a while closely again.
The scary one.
Yeah. That's a couple of them scary, but we need to look at the ones that you think, and we'll go back to it and spot it. And but some of these artists are very talented. I mean, I wouldn't mind being a tattoo artist. Yeah. You like what you want? You're like, I want this such and such. Where? Yeah. And then you'd be like, okay, I'll draw that. No problem.
Them 3D ones is crazy too.
Well, yeah. What the hell am I looking at now? I think oh man.
Ones that glow in the dark. Huh.
Okay, let me go back, y'all. Hang on. I think I messed up.
I know there's a Mexican gang that if you get in, you have to tattoo like I don't know if it's the whole face or most of the face there.
Well, yeah, some of them have their little rituals or what you have to do to prove your loyalty and stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I got it now.
See some of them there. It's like, holy crap.
All right, so this is a tattoo for you, Bucko. Oh, he's gone now.
He said he'll be back in 10, I think.
Oh.
He said he'll be back in 10. All right, well, I'll just hold it right here.
Simple.
I'll just hold it right here until you come back. So
just hold it right there. That's a great picture.
I'll just hold it right there.
Are those thighs real?
Shit, realistically, probably. Yeah, that's fine. Look, now we're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble for sexualizing the tattoo because this is all about Monarch programming, people. You know what I'm saying? And we need to establish, the evidence of Monarch programming. And, I'm sure a lot of people be like, let me get off some people that we're offending right now. So I'm gonna take it down to Bucko. Come back. This is for Bucko, okay?
See, we just need a lady to mediate in between us,
Yeah, one of you ladies.
We've been waiting.
Yeah, but the ladies don't want to come up here.
I think they're scared by all the
ladies to come up here with like a gavel or something. All right, guys.
I'm surprised Body Electric.
Too much testosterone. You're not getting in there,
right?
She usually had the courage and stuff, pretty much. So, yeah, Bucko said he's down with the program though. All right, so let's do some Q&A. Any of y'all in the audience got questions? Let's do Q&A. Put some questions up. Y'all can dictate the conversation a little bit. Help us out. Go ahead. Put some.
Please.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead and put some stuff up, and we will do that. And then let's see what kind of questions y'all have about any of the stuff that we've been talking about tonight. Well, first of all, I should have asked, how many of y'all got butterflies on y'all selves? Women have control of men, can't live without us. Okay, guys, what do y'all want to say about that?
I mean, there's a lot of power in it.
She said women have to control men, can't live without us. I don't think it's fair assessment for me to answer that question, but anyone of y'all can. Go ahead.
It's definitely a control mechanism.
What? Are you talking about the whole overrule the pole? What are you talking about?
I mean, we've been hearing it for years. Happy wife, happy life. You know,
Bullshit. Bullshit. That is bullshit. Happy spouse, happy house. That's the rule.
There you go. There you go.
Shit, fuck that. I'm sorry. I'm fired up on that one. No. Happy spouse, happy house. Go that route.
Yeah, I guess there has to be a balance, you know.
Right.
If there's too much testosterone in the world, then it's going to be more violence, I guess, or aggressive behavior. You need a little estrogen to kind of tone it down.
She said she's saying it because we keep asking them to join. No, it's for perspective. It's like, what do you think, dear? What do you think, dear? You know what I'm saying? It's being polite and all that. Sammy says, why do y'all watch Roderick's show? What event changed your life? That's good. That's good. Why do y'all watch the show? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sammy. That's a great question. But yeah, but anyway, shoot, no happy spouse, happy wife, happy life. Your ass will be in trouble. Yeah. I mean, I believe that at one point, woof, dude.
That's on brand though. I mean, the programming.
Yeah, it's the programming. It is damn sure the program. And women love it. You whispering in your ear while you sleep. Happy wife, happy life. You be just hearing that shit. Happy wife, happy. No. All right. So he had a question. So he is in real time. He says, I've seen a few female artists symbolize the planet Saturn. Artists like Taylor Swift, Beyonce. Okay, Saturn is going to be that's Satan or Lucifer, not satanic, but it'll be Luciferian worship. So Saturn will go back to the black cube and goes back to all of that. So that's who they're worshiping. That's that tattoo. So Saturn is the Satan. So like I said, there's difference between Satan, Luciferian, and then satanic rituals and exorcism and all that is a whole nother level. So just know there's a line in distinction between the two. But yeah, so they you're correct. They are doing that, and it goes back to the black cube and Saturn and all that works together. So kill the zombies. All right, the zombies said. All right, my man. What's going on? It's been a long time. He said content pen is the latest form of mind control. There are a lot of personality cults on YouTube. Okay. So pen. Okay. I haven't seen that. We'd have to check that one out and find out. Okay.
But there are some people who actually believe in a zombie apocalypse.
Well, you don't believe in it?
In the movies.
You don't believe in the zombie apocalypse?
Well, you know what? When I see all these people staring down at their smartphones all the time, isn't that kind of like as being a zombie?
Or being rooted?
Well, I'm telling you that they all building bunkers, and they're doing it for a reason. Yeah, so I think that the zombie, go look up the deer zombie disease, and you will see now the CDC is recently saying it's possible it can get over to humans. Go back looking up in Canada, David Pilates, who did a thing called Missing 411, the UFO connection. And in there, they focus on the aliens picking up elk.
I've seen that.
And it was for the deer zombie disease. It's like they was trying to cure something that we can't. But if you go back and look at now the deer zombie disease, I'll Google it. It's like it's spreading. And I'm like, I know no damn deer haven't walked from state to state and then get ate. You know what I'm saying?
So that's like a new mad cow disease?
No, it's a little different. I'll show you some of that. Different? You don't want to see that one. Yeah. Is this why Elon prepares to go to Mars? Yeah, they're trying to get off planet. They're trying to get off planet.
Yes,
they're trying to make their own offshoot civilization on Mars, so that if shit gets messed up down here, they're safe up there.
All right, so Shelly says, for me, I actually believe women can be far more vicious than a man attacking anyone or anything. Whoo. Hey,
I believe that.
I got to give it down to that.
I've seen some women boxing matches, MMA fights, and they can be just as vicious.
Clark, I think they're talking about something else, though. It's a little more. It's a little more personal now. I mean, you talking in the house, dude. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. So I'm gonna look up this deer zombie disease for you though, because it's right. You know what I'm saying? You got the guy right there, man. He be telling everything. Yeah, deer zombie. Yeah. So let me get images. Yeah, it's out. Okay, so let me kind of show y'all. I'll put it on screen here. So it's happening out there right now. They don't know how to stop it. But when that, whatever that is, get caught over to humans, because we eating this meat, you know what I'm saying? It is lights on. And I think they already know. And that's why they're building their bunkers and all this stuff. And now the CDC is confirming right here that, let me put this up on screen, that now in 32 states. So it's going to, and why humans should be prepared for a slow moving disaster. And because it takes a 2-year incubation, so you won't even know it till you hit it. And it's crazy, man. I'm telling you. So this is something that's been looming behind the scenes. And this the map that concerns me the most, those red dots. I'm like, well, how's the disease spreading way down to South Texas down there? You know, and how did and ain't no deer walk from way up there down there without a hunter taking him out? Somebody spreading it some kind of way.
A lot of people take it.
No, it's if you look up human wasting disease or animal wasting disease, it's when
that'll be that one. That'll be part of that.
It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing, but it's like, I'm just trying to place it like it's like animals are going out there. They already have the disease in them, and they're just like playing out in their head the movements that they did the day before, like a zombie, like you said. Like they go to the same place. They, even if there isn't food there, say they went there and got food the day before, they got the zombie disease, they would end up doing the same movements over and over and over every day. That's why they don't get any food and they get thinner and they get, that's what it is, chronic wasting disease. Yeah. And they get thinner because they go to the same area. Their brain is tuned, oh, food's over here, when it's already gone.
Yeah, well, there you go. I think it's, he said it's easy for humans to fall into satanic. It appeals to our primitive reptilian mind. Maintaining higher vibration takes cultivation and work. Yeah, and that's true, my brother. It's true. Yeah. Do we have anybody in, is our Florida people still awake? Because I know y'all go to sleep pretty early because they're an hour ahead of us, but just checking. Well, no, our Florida people are still awake. Yeah. Well, rabies also has a zombie-like effect on humans who are affected. I don't think that they have been many in cases of survival either. I don't know. I'm building a bunker. So if anybody y'all want to stay with me in about 5 years, I'm building a bunker. I'm just telling you, everybody's getting a bunker. Y'all seen Beyonce and Jay-Z spend all that money on the ugliest house in California because they had a bunker.
Hey, Lula Zondo actually got a bunker now too, he said.
We should, all of us. We should have a bunker. Yeah, we need to get a bunker. Yeah, and you know, we can do one as a collective. I don't know how many of us will stay together, but you know, we can have a bunker and pretty much.
Oh, Roderick, we can dig it out and put, you know, extendable buses in there and just extend them and melt them together and stuff.
I'll be afraid of that because I'll be the first person y'all eat because if it's a food shortage. Everybody gonna eye me down like, man, that dude, he moist and meaty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go lush. Y'all be like, we gonna eat.
No, Roderick, sure you're just the first person that's gonna have shorter portions.
No, see, that's the point. You get that. I'm gonna eat y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? Starve the bear if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? But like, all right, yeah, you look a little tasty today. You know, we're gonna have some prime rib tonight. You know what I'm saying? And look, yeah,
dark meat.
Mr. Sal help pay the water bill. Yeah, because I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to put in on that. If y'all bring y'all in that bunker, y'all gonna have to put in on that because yeah, we not just gonna go down.
If you go to the bunker, you gotta contribute.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? And then let me tell you something, ladies. You know, we're gonna be selective because if we are going to be the new generation, then we got to make sure we breed well. You get what I'm saying? You know, we have to make sure that the gene pool, you know, we got to make baby podcasters. We have to, because you know what I'm saying? We have to make baby podcasts. And I know some of y'all are too old for that. Some of y'all are too old for making new babies now, so don't even say you will. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. So yeah, but you get what I'm saying. We have to take life, you know, and somebody said I would come to your bunker, but your president might deport me. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. So we all have to get healthy and fit. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, we just have to think about all that, right? You know.
It makes
he
me
said I call my breeders bunnies. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it, you know. But there's a movie, I don't know if y'all seen it. Is it called Silo? Have y'all seen that one? And it's about everybody's in this bunker, but they got this window, and it looked like it's you know, they keep everybody focused on the window, you can see outside. And then if you get kicked out, they show you going out there, but supposedly there's supposed to be something out there, and there's a big lie. And I thought it was a good movie. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all got to check it out. And we need to start back having our little movie nights too. You know,
was
so
it
we can
Silo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Silo's a series.
Yes, and it's real. Oh, is it? Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a series.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really good. And I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, but since you are listening, I'm a spoiler alert. But the whole point was really good of believing the myth, and then the myth actually in this case was true.
What was that one show with
all
the
the
vault?
people? Huh?
What was that show with the vault?
Yeah.
Was it called The Vault? Or
It's Silo.
is that what I'm talking about?
It's like they was down in this thing. Yeah.
And they had like a virus too up top.
Well, they said they was, but it wasn't. Yeah, but yeah. So
Yeah.
Rashad said they don't want us to know about growing our own food. That's another thing. I think, you know, if everybody did that, you know, start growing your own foods and all that, I think it'll be a crazy thing if they do that. Empaths in London. Okay, folks are getting booted left and right over here. We might need an asylum. Well, I don't know. Roderick calls everything a movie. Everything is a movie. Life is a script. This whole thing is scripted. Everything we do, what they're showing us and doing to us today has been scripted. Somehow, even go back to the Alien Yellow Book. Remember the Yellow Book and the aliens? They said that they got the device that they can see the future and past. So it's like they already knew everything.
The Looking Glass.
Yeah, so they talk about it, and pretty much. And so, yeah, I think it's still, I don't know. I just think that, yeah. What you got? What's that?
I said, at least you ain't call it a picture.
So what is that, Bucko? Oh, okay, some kind of device.
What's he showing? A free energy device?
That's what I was saying. It's a 0-point energy.
Oh shit, I need that shit.
Yeah, bring that shit in there.
All right.
Magnets.
Spark over there. Okay.
You got the magnet and the reverse polarity, so it spins. Okay, got it.
So it's sitting on air.
It's sitting on air. Okay.
Thinking that this can like take the place of like
free energy. Look at that.
During an earthquake. Okay, so during an earthquake, you boom boom. I mean, or shocks on a car, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Well, there we go. And there you go. Just imagine that pumping water and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So Misty says, how do we deprogram and reprogram from the agenda? What is that?
These are solar. So it's hooked up.
Solar panels.
Yeah. Look. She's talking about y'all. He's gonna get invited to the bunker. Yeah, we're gonna need MacGyver to the bunker. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Bucko.
It'll spin forever.
Yeah, but yeah, you get to get into the bunker, man. We need MacGyver. You know what I'm saying? But if we find that item, we find that item on eBay, you out.
And I gave
air circulation.
Right.
Yeah.
What is it? And I said, it's called danger, and they understood.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, man, that we need to there's stuff out there they can do. So how do we deprogram and reprogram agenda? I think the reprogramming, deprogramming is going to, in some cases, some of this alter stuff is so layered. Even some of these psychiatrists and different people don't know it. They don't know how to get it out of people. The best part, if people can get themselves past the age of 30 and then they begin where their mind can get stronger, they can then realize these things. And the best part is to understand triggers and all this stuff, because a lot of people are hot. And it's because of programming, or, so imagine, if someone told you all your life you were this and you that, and you spend all your life proving this point, but then you prove the point, but you still prove the points all the time, right? So I think the programming becomes self-activating, and it all can be self-reprogram only if a person, we can't use the word shadow work for stuff like this because it's deep, right? So it's just going to be awareness, and then at this time, becoming a little more calm and the personal desire. So there is some stuff that I bought, some information that we can. I didn't know if I wanted to go down that route to begin this, like some therapists, right? But some people need it, and it's true, and it's true. A lot of us, like I say, there's stuff that just trigger all of us. I may have some trigger things, and there are some things that that we don't think we was part of MK Ultra, but because it descends itself into our families and the way of life and what we think is right and wrong, it extends in there. The programming works. We continue to perpetuate it through our children and everything else. And so, but I think at the end of the day, most of us know that there are issues. We know, and it's just up to yourself if you want to deal with them or not. I think most people like that. So Body Electric said, yeah, we have to build our own emotional muscles. And then, but in relationship coordinate with that, that's the difficult part. But at some point, two people could, ride it out or something. But I think at the end of the day, it is how we, proceed and then continue to address those things. He says, my bunker's in a jungle for population centers, and I had to isolate and reground in nature to deprogram. Okay, so there you go. What you got there, buddy?
That's what I was talking about, Fallout.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
No, I mean, I'm too old for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. It was talking about the bunkers and that disease and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we'll check that out. So Rashad said a pineal gland. I mean, there's so many things that, and we're going to start, especially all of you who are part of the uncensored stuff, which is, in our Patreon, and we had a talk last night, so just looking for different things. But yeah, I think it's going to be in our best interest to take the membership funds and go out and find people to come in and teach us specific things that they can't do on the air. I'm willing to do that. So if you guys, as long as it's into what we're, from the programming, whether it's Illuminati knowledge, esoteric knowledge, that it will benefit, all of us can be a little more working that and finding people, and then we reach out to them, and then I can do some invites to do it, because I have contracts and things that I will have them assign so that we can have that content for our stuff. Regina Stahl says, watch Ready Player One movie. Has anyone else seen it? And if so, what it's about? I have never seen Ready Player. Anybody seen that?
I think it's like a virtual reality video game there.
Uh-huh. Who blocked you, Regina? Oh, she said somebody blocked her. But if they block you, we wouldn't see it. But what is Ready Player One? Somebody else says a dope movie. I ain't seen that.
It's pretty much
That's it.
they take a kid, they train him at birth from into a military, and then they
just how the power destroys you from within.
What? Oh, I didn't hear him. All right, go ahead again, Mantor.
they take a kid at birth and they train them to be militarily grouped together with a group of kids, and then they take them, and whoever has the best ability for cognitive like functioning in their brain, they hook them up to a machine, and their mind is controlling actual spaceships that are automated, that don't have any people in them. So instead of, they go to war with an alien species and they're like, okay, one person can control all these ships at once and fight this war for us instead of actual people getting killed.
Yeah, I think what I've said this before in private in some of our UFO things, but you know, I tell parents right now, if you got kids, and I know some people will go against what I'm about to say, but if you got kids that are playing these video games, right? You got to understand what is really truly happening. Now, I do know for a fact that these these people are monitoring these kids playing these games because they're recruiting these children.
Mm-hmm.
They are recruiting these children. So your kid is sitting there while you think that he's getting dumber on that machine. No. I know somebody's begging a different. No, his reflexes, all this stuff is super fast. Processing information, seeing Blink shooting this over here, and they're watching, they're monitoring because they need these people for what he said for the future in his work in their mind. So I know some people, kids done got recruited. I'm talking 17 and 18 now and in the CIA and stuff, right? So your kid, even though you may be thinking, no, if he's multitasking, he's out processing you 10 times over more than you even know. You know, they're processing, they're playing a game, they're seeing movement, their reflexes, vision, acuity, all of that is just in hyperdrive. And they know who these kids are because they're playing against other people online who are not kids. And then they're recruiting them. So just know that that's happening.
That's absolutely scary.
Well, any of these kids that go to that gifted and talented program, they should send them to those programs with a little microphone on them. That way they can hear everything.
Yeah. So they're doing it, and they're getting these new geniuses because that's the new world that we're heading in, because everything is going to be so quick and fast that, you know, so you think you may got a dumb kid over there. No, that dude is a genius, or he or she, you know, that's why they don't understand you. Because they like, huh? Mom is just, dad is slow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't even know how it came out of you. They just thinking that when you walk out of the room. You know what I'm saying?
We think they're wasting their time, but
yeah,
they're actually learning.
We're slowing them down. We're slowing them down. Period.
We can tell them, stop playing those games. We'll get a real job.
Well, think about this. Think about this.
You.
For real. This is for real. If we do have a zombie outbreak, many people are going to panic and get ate up, except for your children. They're going to be like, give me some Hot Pockets. And then they're going to be like, let's roll. And then they're going to be, Mom, Dad, shoot him in the head. You got to shoot him in the head. What are you doing? What? A body shot ain't going to work. You get what I'm saying? They know, right? They going to be having some fun. Well, come and get me. Let's go. How many zombies out there now? Most of us, you know, other people be panicking. No, the kids going to be like, no, let's go. Let's go. Give me some Hot Pockets. Let's go take them out. Because they know what to do. And we think they're playing games, but they're being prepared. So for the future, you know, that's all I'm saying. You know, y'all may think I'm crazy for the moment, but I'm for real. I'm for real. It is a whole different time of day when it comes down to this, and it's all mental preparation for the future. Because think about it. How did we move into drone warfare? These pilots are all in Vegas sitting in a bunker thing. I mean, in a cube. They ain't in no plane no more. You know, they got rows and rows of that. They just get out and come on their shift and take over a drone that's flying forever, for hours. You know, and that's like a video game to these people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
And
doing it now.
the movie that you put up on your Patreon there of about 9/11, you know, whatever hit the Pentagon, you know, to me that looks like a missile, or it could have been a drone.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know that
That's
they
what I thought.
drones back in like 25 years ago. They had drones already.
Yeah, we had drones back. Let's see. I worked for the government long time ago. So now, yeah, we had at that time laser guided bombs and all kinds of stuff then. So drones was just coming in. Yeah. So I worked on a HARM missile at the time, the high speed anti-radar missile. But so that was, so I had my secret clearance when I was 19, 18. And so I got recruited out of college, the University of Kansas. So I think drones and stuff was already self-guided. So they already was 25 years ahead. So yeah.
Well,
So if you're playing
whatever hit the Pentagon back then, it was not a plane.
Oh, heck no.
Could have been a missile or a drone.
What you got, Bucko? Bucko's trying to show us something. So
if you hit something here, okay, all the fuel is gonna come out here. Well, if the Twin Towers, okay, so airplanes flying at 500 miles an hour, okay,
right.
So you got glass windows all over the place at 500 miles an hour. The force is gonna blow all the fuel in the fuel tanks straight out the other side.
Okay, you get back. He get to come back in the bunker now. So yeah.
So what's left to burn? Nothing. Something, evidently, but it wasn't. It wasn't fuel.
All right. So check this out. All right. So let's look at this right now. Hang on. Put this on the screen for y'all. All right. Let's go. Boom. And you want to talk about some zombie stuff? Shit. I'm gonna turn the volume down. Now we can say drugs. We can say that all day. You know what I'm saying? But that's where it starts. That's where it starts. You get what I'm saying? That's where it starts. And once it mutates, and this is happening in Philadelphia in real time right now. This is in Philadelphia in real time. And so because I got friends there, and okay, this is the body cam. Watch what they walk up to. And you want to tell me, oh, they just high? Yeah. Shit, y'all.
Oh God.
Yeah. So let me go back and find a couple more. But yeah, so I'm just saying that there's a lot of scenarios out here that
oh my God, look at this.
No.
Dragging on the ground.
Yeah. And
lock the door.
I'm telling you, they're practicing on this stuff, and it's happening in real time. And if you don't think that's a movement of a sane person, that's a zombie movement, man. And wait till that thing mutates. I'm telling you, Rick Ross, all of them, they're building bunkers, man. They know it. And they're trying to do all this stuff. Yeah, she on drugs. It starts with the drugs, right? Yeah, but people know what time it is. And there was another one that they had. I'm going to see if I can find it. This dude, he was trying to get this lady some help, and it was crazy. Let's see if I can find the real stories. And, you know, some of these are fake stuff, but then there's some real stories. But that's all right. Y'all going to be, you know, everybody ain't going to want to come in my bunker. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to want to come in my bunker. You know? But like he said right here, zombie apocalypse is already going down, just like fentanyl crisis and down the population. And so just imagine when that becomes, because that drug will turn into whatever it's going to turn into. So imagine when it turns into, you bacteria, virus, or something, that now is transmitting because it's got a life on its own.
It'll spread like the common cold.
Because they talking about cattle stuff. Because remember they've been using, So it's all good. But I'm gonna have a bunker, so y'all gonna be tripping. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm telling you, it'll be like, nah, you can't come in. Yeah, you can come in. No, you can't come in. You can't come in. You got butterflies. Huh?
I was supposed to say, let me see your tattoos.
Yeah, we're talking about civilization. Turn around. You know what I'm saying? Look, look, we're trying to save the human race. That's what it's all about. All right, so y'all give Robin a text for the cash out. So let's do that. Ooh, wait, boy, these lights gonna stay on a little more for 20, 30 more minutes tonight. Y'all think people, because listen, we paying the electric bill tonight, so I appreciate it. That's cool. We can continue to do that. I mean, I'm not gonna eat tonight. You know what I'm saying?
But at least you won't be in the dark.
Yeah, I won't be in the dark, so I get to see my way around being hungry. I'm not going to eat tonight unless someone decide. And don't look like the birthday is going down the right way, because boy, we're falling really short for the birthday, which means that getting our drone views of the symbolism and tattoos and graveyard. I'm gonna keep trying. It ain't March 10th is coming up. Maybe some other people feel a little love and say, "Hey, we'll do it." Because last year, audience was maybe pork bellies is an all-time low right now. But pork bellies was okay last year, my birthday. So we have the Pocket 3 and we got some stuff. We got all the gear we're gonna need. And we just need to get a couple of camera people, but and maybe there'll be people in the group that don't want to be seen on camera so they can hold a camera. And then we'll kind of do that. So yeah, I think it's pretty much but yeah, I think it's I don't know. I think that, I'm talking about my birthday. What the fuck I'm thinking about? I want my birthday gift, please. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. I've been a good boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking man, though. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I clarify this shit real quick.
Oh, boy.
A grown fucking man.
Hey, the government's got you on the naughty list.
I know, right? So let me make sure I clarify that shit real quick here. Make no mistake about that. But I just think that, I just wanted the drone for my birthday.
Bucko trying to get in. He'll help you get off the naughty list.
Yeah. But you know what? We do need some hackers. If you're a hacker and you've been watching us, please contact me. Please. And if you know some people that are bona fide hackers, I'm talking some real, some like, what's that Queen Latifah movie? She's the, Equalizer, they got, being the Symbolizer. We want our own hacking crew. So if you know anybody that
anyone from the group anonymous,
we want our own team. So if y'all pass the word, we want our team. But we need to really get the truth, and we need some people that really gonna go, hit me with a proton mail, whatever. Just don't fake it, because I'm gonna ask you to test yourself, and I'm gonna give you an assignment that I know if you get it done, you are worthy to go to jail. Okay?
You should have bricked somebody took over the screen right now.
You do that. You are worthy to go to jail. Then you are a hacker. Because if you ain't go do, I'm just talking. So anyway, so yeah, we need some. We really do. So we're gonna put that word out as an audience and all that. If pass the word to another word and give them my email. Tell them to contact me. Period. So we can have. We need to get our teams together. We need to really be prepared and be able to look under the rocks, man. We have to. And they're out there, He said, I didn't know you worked on harm. Yeah. He said, I got recruited into the government service through H.B. Owens Science Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. I got my first clearance, National Science Foundation. Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, I worked on HARM. Yeah, it was high speed anti-radar missile stuff. Yeah, it was Yeah, that thing was so powerful too because it gave us a competitive edge back then. But yeah, it was and at that time, they had satellites then when we would see briefings that they can see what cigarette you smoking from space, and that was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, and they would target some stuff, and what it would do, this thing, it's declassified now, but it was classified back then. This thing will, the pilot just fly, and then the missile said, "Hey, I see a radar, miles and miles away." And so what it would do then, he would just shoot it, and this thing would fly around. Then once it took out the radar, then the other one would come in and just knock them out. We had them people putting up flags, surrendering like nothing because we blinded them instantly. And I don't know why anybody know, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I just want you to know, for any of you who fear any of these other countries' military, we have the most fierce freaking thing on the planet. And I'm giving you the truth.
Yeah.
There's not another fierce military than the United States of America. I'm just telling you, there ain't nobody out there. Nobody. They may got a few, but we do fear the person who got one bomb. But I'm telling you, when it comes down to military might and technology, weaponry,
Us.
it's us. I'm telling you now. I don't care. You can go, China, they don't. None of them can't even an inch compare. We got people, and we can't say the name here, so don't y'all mention it. But we got people holding out superpowers without old shit. How are they surviving 3 years? And we only give them old shit. Y'all get what I'm saying? Just let you know, we have the most fierce, and I know this for a fact. So just don't worry. That's why we are envied so much. And I use the word we, but the country, and we do put people like, Mantor and all these people who gave their services. But yeah, I mean, we don't worry. We do not have no problem out there. It's the stuff out of world that we need to worry about. So yeah, but not on this planet. There is not. That's why we in everybody's mess, for a reason.
Don't mess with the U.S.
Yeah. So just don't.
Well,
just know that
we got underwater bases too.
Yeah. Yeah. He said the only thing is that all
I'm not
privatized
surprised
now by a military industrial complex. They are loyal to. They're not. Yeah. Yeah. The military industrial complex rules the world. And they have, and those complexes got far more superiority of technology than the military because they're the ones selling it to them. So they got advanced tech before the government gets it. And so those are things where we have to worry about, because that's why they have their own crash retrievals. They going after this stuff too. Anything falls and they can get their satellite. Whoever get there first, get it. Unless it's some small third world country, and then our military go take it if it's alien tech. But yeah, these people are not playing. So just don't fear. Don't wake up fearing, the propaganda. Now they may try to come in us with technical stuff, but ain't none of them is going to pull off and say we're going to come over there and drop something over there, or and want to take themselves off the planet. So when we do have our current president, because I saw a clip of our current president recently, and they kind of took it down, but he was talking to one of the people, and we don't call any names here, but he was talking to one of those people that had those people holding them, and he literally looked at this dude and said, "Hey, listen, we're going to probably get ourselves away from this thing." Well, actually, it was about a couple of years ago. And then he showed the dude a picture. Well, this is his last term. I'm sorry. But he showed the dude. So I'm talking about the current president back then. He showed the dude a picture and he said, "This is your house, your family, and blah, blah, blah. If anything happened to one soldier while we trying to get them out of there, it's this, whatever he called it, terror, whatever. But he like, look." So that's one thing I will say, that that they do. No, we don't do politics. So let me just stop. But anyway, the whole point is that we as a country and people, we do have some type of freedom of what we have, and then at the end of the day, so it's just kind of one of those things. So let's talk about some alien talk. If not, then I'm going to get out of here because it's 3 hours. And what you all know, because the longest time we ever been is 7 hours. Y'all know that, right? We have a record of 7 hours. And we won't ever do that again.
Wow.
I lost probably, 2 or 3 pounds that night, because I didn't get to eat. I was the only one talking. Everybody was taking breaks and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was talking for 7 fucking hours. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, come on, dude. You got to, get yourself
drinks.
But I will say this: if y'all have not got a chance, because I'm gonna be taking this down. If you have not got your book of sacred secrets, y'all better get it. It's the most compelled knowledge you're gonna get out there. I'm take it down. You can get it on the whythebigsecret.com merch, and in about a few days, it's gonna disappear for a reason, because we got some other enlightenment that we need to be doing, and I want to take it off the site. So if y'all have not, and let me put something on the screen where you can find it right there. Okay, let me stop this cash out banner, because but anyway, you can find it at whythebigsecret.com/merch. Make sure y'all do that. If you haven't bought your shirts on the website, that is truthversusauthority.store. So that's a different site. Make sure you kind of go there and get your merch and stuff there. Our schedule is Monday through Friday. I'll be back on Forbidden Knowledge this Tuesday. We had to take a break this week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Courtney will be here this Thursday. If y'all know, she didn't get the show, but we talked all day today and she was just so sick, but she will be here this Thursday. And then I moved our secret guest to the week after. So these next 2 or 3 weeks, y'all going to get a bang for being in there. So make sure everybody show up. And then if you don't, for that time, I'll do a replay and put it up in the Patreon for y'all can do that. And if you want to get access, because we're going to limit the member thing because it only holds so many people. So only a few of you can get in. Go ahead. And you also will be supporting the show too. So just know that your contributions and stuff, helps and stuff, but go there and then that'll get you behind the scenes, and then scroll through and get some of them videos and data and stuff that Jordan Maxwell, David Icke, that we put out there. So make sure y'all do that. And all that. If you have not, make sure you set your notifications so that you make sure when we go live, because if we 5 days a week, I'm going to do some pop-ups that we're going to be doing out on the street lives when we're talking to people. So, we're getting ready to go deep. I got the energy. I've been drinking my green drinks and stuff, all that good stuff. And so we're going to be doing it. So I think that we should be ready for where we're going. And I'm really excited, for everyone to be a part of it, because I think that,
Want the truth?
Yeah, y'all want the truth? Yeah. So I got little clips and stuff. I haven't been playing them though, but my favorite.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, and but I just think that we should be ready to do a few things. I got a few things I haven't showed y'all. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through that tonight. I'll spare y'all a little bit. Yeah.
I got a good alien question.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably have something to speak on it, or a mantoid. And if you don't, or we can't get into it, cool. But because he was talking about like reptilians in a cave last time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where I seen this, and I don't know if they were reptilians, but they was talking about bird people, and it was like apparently documented in the 1800s. The Chinese government wrote a letter to some entities in the mountains, and they was calling them bird people, asking them not to disturb. They was having a political meeting or something. That was asking them not to abduct anybody or take anybody, because apparently the bird people would come and like take people. And apparently the government wrote a letter to the bird people, and it's like, most people don't.
Yeah, I would probably try to look at the time and date of that, because even when you think about the chariots of the gods and bird people, because if they saw something flying around, human or whatever, of course they're going to associate with a bird. It could have been devices, could have been an alien, of course, right? So I will look back to see the reference time when they used that. Let's say it was back in the 1800s or 1600s or whatever. But if it's recent, blue avian aliens have been talked about within ufology community. So we have the lion. You have all these different animal species. The one that baffled me the most is the mantis. I'm like, they're not driving spaceships. You know what I'm saying? But people say the mantis does it, right? So
I think it was like the
They
1890s.
control everything with their minds.
okay, yeah. So I would go back
It's
to
the mind, yeah.
Yeah. They're
yeah, I would go back
telekinetic.
to see where they were seeing that and stuff. So
Very
yeah, we can
intelligent
do
in the
that.
mind.
I thought it was so crazy that they
Yeah.
would write out a formal letter asking them not to disturb this meeting.
Yeah. Y'all give Regina a shout out. She said, "We love you, Roderick." Man, I haven't heard somebody said they love me. Oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. You know, that's cool. I mean, you know, you got to hear that kind of stuff, you know, but I do tell myself, you know, hey, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And as I tell everybody else too, pretty much. He says that the culinary part of the ancient China's antiquity. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, so she says blue avians are not harmful to dragons are known to be seen in alien. Yeah. Well, you know, dragons goes back to the symbolism of reptilians. And then most Chinese people believe that they're descendants of dragons, literally. Their royalty. And then that goes back into the serpent stuff that I've been studying. So we got to go deep with reptilian. I'm just kind of like perplexed on, do I want to go because of the religious side of it? And then I don't want people attacking that. As opposed to us just talking about it, you know, being real about it, right? So it's just something. Go ahead.
I do want to see that guy Anthony come back, you know, eventually, and have him actually channel his Kalask friends. And talk about stuff.
He said he would, but I think we can find some other people too. I want us to go deep reptilian a lot. So if we can go that route, I think we should.
That's another question I have. Is he the only one channeling these beings, or are there others?
No, it's a lot of people doing it.
No.
Because he also channels a Pacific race. So there is a lot of people that's doing different ones, you know.
Isn't it next level soul has a lot of people on there channeling next level soul? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I'm not for sure. We can find out though. But
they have like a bunch of people on there that channel and everything.
Yeah, I'm not for sure, but I would assume that it would be. Yeah.
Whatever happened to old boy with his situation with his old lady? And
we need to contact him. I'm gonna call him. I got his number. My plan is on my schedule to give him a call. You talking about Eddie? I mean, what's his name? Anyway, that was here the other night, last week. Yeah, we need to call him and pretty much. All right, so let's give a shout out to all of you. I'm gonna put all y'all back in so we can get ready to get out of here. But I appreciate y'all all coming up tonight because you know we didn't get enough to keep the lights on another hour or so, but they're really flickering. So I don't want to just go dark and then people just don't see me and they'll be like like, oh shit, the lights just okay. So and unless someone want to cash out to get it back on right quick, the lights are off, and so yeah, we're in the dark now, and everything else. So if I could just get maybe $2 and get us for 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying, or just whatever, it's on the bottom of the screen and all that.
Oh God!
But either way, I'm gonna put y'all in the bottom, and I will talk to y'all in a little bit. Okay.
Better talk again, Rod.
Monday. We'll see each other Monday, and we will do that. And all right, guys. All right. So we're in the dark here, but y'all can hear me. So now I was just getting ready to do my pole dance, and then y'all would have seen me do the pole dance. But since you can't see, ladies, because we're in the dark, we're out and from there and stuff. But anyway, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. You know, again, I love each and every one of you and everything else. So I think that anyway, so it's Friday. We've been here 3 hours. I hope you enjoyed tonight. And we will see you Monday. Remember, we Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So y'all give somebody a hug tonight and all that good stuff. So y'all be careful. And let me see what else we have to do. Let me see what we're trying to do here. But anyway, I will see you guys on Monday. Good night.